So, you guys last session a couple weeks ago did battle with He Who Walks Before, both clothed in its shadow armor that looks like a dragon and the being itself. After a tough fight, with little help from Langtree and the two other knights, Michael and Sonia, you guys successfully defeated, and hoorah! It was not a whole lot of substance because it was one big long fucking fight, but y'all did good, survived, and congratulations. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go through the aftermath of what happened. Some things are going to be explained to you. At this point, you can also pretend like you want, if you want to talk to specific NPCs, you have access to them, and we can roleplay some of that out. And then after that, you're going to go into a 2-year downtime where you guys can hopefully have thought of some shit, bring it to my attention, and we will see what we can do and go from there. So, first things first, aftermath. So, of the 142,450 population, to give you an idea of density, that's about 1,850 per square mile. 11,870 were killed, 3,785 were injured. The southwest side being the poorer side, also the side where you saw the markings on the building where they initiated the attack. Roughly 30% of it is destroyed, while the remaining half of the city, about 15% of it is destroyed. Critical magics are down throughout the city. Water creation / water cleansing is down. Lights in several locations the magical lights in several locations are down. The magical defenses and magical senses are down. Walls in certain places are down. Several of the food storages were sabotaged and poisoned. The magic that controls the river through the town has ceased functioning, and the surrounding ecosystems have been ravaged by the demons. Current notable dead. One of the guard captains is dead. Waldo Butters is dead. Chloe Decker is dead. 15% of the halflings fell. Old lady that spoke to Oliver on his walks with smoke is dead.
Nameless person who hopefully sparks caring.
Yes. Yeah. I went back to my notes and was like, oh, he had a very nice conversation with that person. I knew I was going to kill her later. Nancy died, and then Ebenezer McCoy, one of the councils. Yep.
Nope, he missed a couple. From the Velvet Room. Rachel. Yeah.
No, she died like session 3.
Jessica.
Yeah.
No, they murder on me.
I can.
Did murder on me first.
You know what? High or low? Let's see if Rachel lives.
Yeah, there was Rachel and Ashley, Matthias. I have him in here.
Yeah, and then like I said, Ebenezer McCoy, the evocation wizard of the High Council, died.
Boy, the boy.
Boy, it's a little dwarf who was a war wizard.
Nice.
It's evocation too.
Yeah.
He needs a new vocation.
He ain't gonna get one. So old Gnawbone engaged. He Who Walks Before in the Sky was actually winning before He Who Walks Before retreated. And it turns out that he lured old Gnawbone into a trap where the ancient dragon fell. Grigori kills Ebenezer McCoy in the opening moments of the battle, and then engages the Archlich Laurel Silverhand in battle, doing something there in that battle, causing the Lich to flee, where Grigori pursues them to wherever they go.
Talk about his decorating habits in his house.
Well, I mean...
The Rory is confirmed Batman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you listen to the thing?
Mab was hit by the initial beam and was injured. They successfully healed in time to have to retreat to their domain to fend off a major assault that was happening at the gate. Bryn Hornblade had to return to Silvery Moon due to a much smaller assault on the city. Though, you know, when you're in Yartar and it's being destroyed and you hear your city is being attacked, you don't really know the rest of it. Asmodeus claims that the rules he's bound to prevents him from helping unless people made deals that allowed him to help. It is rumored that there were several of these deals taken in exchange for safety and other things. Titania from Summer left the moment the battle started, and then the initial strike had killed 3 of the High Council wizards. They were all revived with diamonds, and the explosions around the towns happened almost simultaneously in strategic locations, dropping both the magical defenses and magical senses that allowed the armies to rapidly approach and do what they need to do, and teleport in waves that they normally would not be able to teleport into because of the magical senses would stop that. So that's roughly how the opening parts of the battle took place. Obviously, there's things that happened throughout it, and y'all played Charles' role in it. But any questions, concerns, comments, anything that doesn't make sense to you, or things you've been wondering about?
So who's, I guess, leading the council now?
So,
And are they looking for people to join said council?
it's more of a people hold the. Sorry, let me pull up. I'm trying to get to it.
I mean, we've got a qualified caster in the group. His name's Oliver.
Jesus. So the council is made up of Arthur Langtree, the abjuration wizard that joined Joe in the fight, is the in facto leader. It's not like a leader, but everybody knows he's the big wig. He's the guy that's the most powerful on the thing, and he's good at what he does. Listens to Win is a Goliath from the Reghead tribes in Icewind Dale. He is a druid. He's the guy that died in the fights with Matthias and had to be resurrected. Obviously, Grigori is a necromancer who left. Then we got Simon Sinclair. That's the artificer that knows Arlen fairly well. Ancient Mai. She's a very merciless and heavy traditionalist. And we've got Rashid, the divination wizard that talked to Bayor near the end of 2 sessions ago, and then Ebenezer, who fell. There's no talk of who's going to replace Ebenezer at this moment. It's more of the tradition states whoever's been around the longest has the most experience. However, background politics happens and people step down and say they're not qualified for it until they get to the person they really want to get promoted type of situation. So no, Oliver. You're not nearly as magical nor old enough.
Yeah, we put Bree on there. I don't think they want Judas' son in there.
Unless Rooney wants to reveal his real age and stuff, there might be some qualms about the age.
Bree doesn't know.
So
I'm married to the devil, so it can be me.
I like how every time you introduce you and deal with Asmodeus, it just escalates. Now it's marriage.
That's what she would consider it at this point.
She's pregnant with the devil's child.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah,
The next
I've had
time
the
you
devil's
mention
child now.
it, they need you in your
Hey.
2 years.
I'm about to say you gotta get yeah. If you want to have a child named Damien, let's go. But anything else?
Is this the time where we start engaging with this? Or
Yeah.
is it,
So y'all can either just ask generic questions, or if you want to actually have conversations with different entities.
is there enough left for me to do a certain thing?
Oh yeah.
You said it was going to be a roll.
Yeah. We'll do that for you like that.
That's what. That's what I wanted to clarify.
Adrian,
The Bible check to stitch her back together.
Yeah, Adrian's like, she's dead, baby. But
You want to go on a quick flight?
You guys know the sound of like using a shovel to scrape stuff off asphalt? Here you go.
I think this is her.
She's gonna come back.
You know what's sad is
Bye.
that same as Oliver's scooping her off, that same wizard that he argued with earlier just comes through and does prestidigitation and causes it to disappear.
oh my god.
She got prestidigitated.
It's its favorite spell.
How do you like it now?
Someone walks up and snaps me on the face. Like, hey.
All right. Well, anything else?
Is there any word on where Grigori went, or is this like immediately following? Do we have any?
Yeah, well,
idea?
this was what I just described to you were the opening moments of the battle and why some of the big wigs just didn't join in. Right? You know, how could an ancient dragon not be Ewoks before this lich that was there? Why didn't he help? Well, why didn't she help? And this is basically explaining all that stuff and why it happened. So at the opening battle, part of the battle, Grigori went after the Lich, and they battled, and Grigori did something that caused the Lich to realize they didn't want to be there anymore and left. And Grigori chased. Presumably, he teleported shortly after she did. So, as a reminder for those that don't remember, the Lich owns the western coast, where the cities known as Neverwinter and Waterdeep used to be.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
The Lich owns the west coast, where the cities Neverwinter and Waterdeep used to be, and there's like a spell, like a blight, that every year is like measured and it grows like a mile or two, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and anything that is in there soon comes down. Yeah.
What was Salvatore doing?
Salvatore, we spoke about this a little bit before, but he actually marshaled his people, the gangs, the organized crime, and led defenses along the southwest in the majority of the battles, especially during the part where the wizards were down and recovering before they could marshal their own defense. And he was responsible for protecting his kind of neck of the woods down here. Yeah. Well, if we're not going to have any more questions, everybody roll me initiative. Beowulf. Russell.
24.
Oliver.
17.
Rooney.
10.
Adrian.
16.
Alright, Russell, we'll start with you. What does your 2 years look like?
He's going to try to do a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
And now that can include lots of solo scouting. Because he's confident he could go long distances, remaining fully unseen, just not engaging with anything dangerous.
Okay.
To do any kind of scouting or search missions, not necessarily search and rescue, because he can get in but not get out with the hurt person. Trying to do as little of it illegally as possible. Like he's trying to do legal work.
So real quick, what do you mean by Russell is doing scouting? Like the surrounding areas of Yartar? Or you talking about inside, like what do you mean by that?
Taking any kind of work where, like, long range scouting from mercenary groups or any of the legal adventuring kind of things he could do in that regard.
Okay.
His primary goal is going to be besmirching Salvatore's name and slowly ruining his reputation with truth to dismantle this operation and take over and replace it with a more legal version providing the same kind of services, except without a boot on their neck or threats of violence or...
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I don't know if there's a legal way to do what Salvatore's doing. He is straight up like breaking the law. But with that said, he's very good at not getting caught. He has lots of money and lots of lawyers, and he is doing it in a manner that his predecessor, it's almost black and white, where one is just chaos on the street, blood everywhere, like the wizards put him down type of situation. So Salvatore is, to them, it's like, Salvatore knows where the line is, and if he puts his toe over, the wizards have no problem with killing him. So he walks a fine line, if that makes sense. So I don't know if you're going to necessarily be able to replace his services while being legal, but definitely there's probably legal things you could do, if that makes sense. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
But essentially, he's trying to start some kind of large private security organization. And if that eventually leads to him butting heads with Salvatore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, definitely if it's private security and he's criminal, I mean, depends on what you're securing, you know what I mean? Like, so you're definitely going to be butting heads at some point. Okay, do you have any plans on like how you get that started?
With the help of his friends.
Okay.
I know, I don't know if Madeline talked to you about any of the stuff she's wanting to do.
She did.
But that would, a lot of that, Arlen being part of the Reprieve, Russell would seek to cash in on potentially some of Arlen's favors or political favors they get from their work.
I'm trying to actually. Just, I'm not going to go over everything. I'm going to give them an opportunity to talk about some of the specifics. Some of the major things, they're bringing the chess pieces into the Reprieve. Y'all are allowed to employ them how y'all wish. I'm pretty sure there's a line there, though. So we'll make sure that we don't overstep it. And if we do, I'll stop it and we'll ask Arlen.
Well, it's like he potentially used them for some of the first missions.
Yep.
That he gets sent on to prove the Reprieve's metal.
Yep. Basically, the most notable things that they want to do is establish a hospital and start teaching, basically establishing a healthcare system, teaching people how to heal and using magic to help with that, all that wonderful stuff. And then obviously Arlen is helping Russell, Oliver, and anybody else that needs help or wants help, as long as it's within their ability to do it all. So there's a few other smaller things, and I gave her some food of thought to go over while he's planning on the specifics before she gets her portion of it. All right.
And then also, of course, recruiting Rooney for a number of magical items. No crimes, except if he's tricking Rooney into committing them with
We're
him.
getting into some crimes, man.
You ready to go do some crime?
Okay. Anything else, sir?
No, he's living in the Reprieve, working hard, trying to fuck over Salvatore.
Yeah.
He wants to, as legally as possible, but potentially circumvent that if possible, get as much money as he can from that man and ruin his name.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do is, I have a feeling this is a shared goal among people. So I'm going to listen to everybody before we start making rolls on that specific portion. But for starting the private security organization, how do you want to do that? And by what I mean is, who do you want to enlist in your help? Do you want someone charismatic? Do you want someone really smart? Like, what's the role here that you want to try to initiate?
Ace will probably be a big help. Oliver and potentially training new recruits.
Okay.
Even though part of it's going to be he wants to train people how to be like him, where they're just quietly observing and guarding. So they could potentially be employed to more wealthy individuals as that private security guard
Okay.
sort of services.
And
So by his reputation and potential connections he could get at least from these two.
okay. So like training is on these two, is what you're saying, or training's on him and
Training's on these two.
okay. And then did you say you wanted to use these two? Couldn't. I'm technically tell by here you booted two.
I was pointing at
So how are you using Bayonis? Well, all of it. That's who you're pointing. That's what.
no, I was pointing in
Okay. How do you want to use it?
there is never fucking check. Like I might be rethinking my decision.
This is how you actually portray it to him. So I need your help.
It's just like no.
Just a hard boiled.
Through his connections, his intelligence, basically his ability to point out to anyone Russell's trying to pitch to the logic of using his services.
Okay. That seems almost like a one-time roll. So if you'll roll me an investigation, if you will roll
You're
me
basically helping him
dexterity,
on the investment pitch.
3 attacks,
What?
and then give me an average. This is in essence you training, sparring, and stuff like that.
Is just me getting help? Like with advantage or no? It's fine if it's not. I'm just trying to see how many dice I roll.
I mean, we got a reputation.
Yeah, we got it more. You got time. You know what I mean? So go ahead.
Do I roll an advantage or what?
Yeah, you get.
I pulled a 1 and a 2. But
2 4s on the
2 4s on my extra. So
hired this person for you.
So the,
That was really good.
He got a 10 plus what? 50.
13.
10 plus 13, so you roll 20.
It's 23 and I rolled a 2.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, your turn.
So the average would be a 20. So I got 36 on 3d20 divided by 3 would be 12 plus 8.
Okay. We'll say it's successful. You got a well-trained crew. I would say probably definitely a step above the guard. Now let's see. How can I roll? Well, now here's the next question. You got to pay him. So, expertise, people, hirelings with expertise, 8 gold per day. Hirelings with proficiency, 3 gold. No training, 2.
So 11 gold for proficiency and expertise,
Well,
or 8.
8 will just like you got people with like you got like rogues and boys.
As Oliver's helping train and spending a lot of time with recruits, could he try to instill in them some of just the natural goodness that he is, where they would not require as much funding? They're doing it more for,
Their sense of duty.
especially considering what just happened to the city, and they're being trained by a sword.
And the scariest motherfucker in the city, the sword's best bud,
That nobody's ever seen because he's always invisible. I was
speaks to his work.
But Oliver only ever talks about the one time he was like, "Yeah, he's really sneaky. He just doesn't know it's pretty."
I'm gonna say in the initial, there are people that volunteer, but you know, everybody's got to live. They
No,
gotta
I'm
do
not saying they're doing it for free. I'm just saying they're not going to do it for as much.
Okay, roll me a persuasion.
And I will use my channel divinity to get whatever that is to it, which I think is a +5.
That's fine.
Persuasion? Need a fight a cleric? Huh? Fight a cleric or paladin? Paladin.
I just put it like
31.
okay. We'll say 1. So 6 gold for expertise, 1.5 for proficiency.
Cool. How many am I able to?
How much can you afford to pay? So everybody's going to have a passive income unless you've done something above and beyond.
This will start generating.
This is the passive income. It's 500 gold a month.
Okay. Okay, so it's roughly for one person 2,200 gold for the 2 years.
Okay.
Oh, I guess it'd be easier to figure out if it's reasonable to do it for monthly.
You could employ 333 proficient people for a month.
How much?
It's the 500 gold. If you use all
Did
500.
you say 3,300 people?
333. 333.
We're just going to war.
Yeah.
You're
333.
Are you sure?
I just did 500 divided by 1.5, and it's 1.5 gold
Oh,
per day.
proficient.
Yeah, for
Sorry.
proficient.
I was looking for expertise.
That's fine.
Because I was like, that doesn't make any sense. That's so many fucking experts.
That's 83.
That makes more sense. I'm like, cool, Russell recruits in army. I'm gonna kill Salvatore. Let's go. And that would just be all of his funds. So we'll say
I mean, you also have sitting on 25,000 gold.
15,000. Russell got less. Yes.
No, due to honor his word, he made a deal
he
with
still
you.
gave us the.
Oh, he gave me the. How much did he give
I
me?
mean, y'all. This is immediately after. Y'all haven't screwed him yet.
How much did I get
It
from
was 10.
Okay, so let me add that real
How much was it for everyone else?
2,500. So he walked out with 1,500 gold. 1,000. 10. Wow.
I walked out with
15,000 gold.
10,000. Arlen gave me 5,000.
Okay. And then I think the deal was for 10 from Salvatore, right?
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we'll get 60. That way he can have teams of people going out as like caravan guards and
So that's 360 gold of your passive.
yeah.
Okay.
And he's still gonna be. He might bump it up one tier in terms of like living quality. So he's not gonna.
He's gonna go from wretched to squalid with 20,000 gold in his pocket.
Yeah, man. He's got the Reprieve's attic to sleep in.
I think you've been outside of that with inside the Reprieve for a while now, but you can live your dream.
Put some straw in the cabinet.
Yeah, you know. He doesn't need much.
We get a nice little place where he can burn fire, like
All
a
the things that cost
continual
him
flame.
money, he keeps
Right.
on him at all times.
Rooney gives you with a internal, like a continual flame for warmth up there.
I got control.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, 360 of my passive is taken up. Call it 370. Just 10 gold a month on normal expenses. Because he is going to live a little better now that he's a fucking hero. Or at least he tells everybody he is. And he wears the pin that he assumes the Reprieve has now.
I mean, why would we
The
not?
badge of office.
He's the hand of the king. And yeah, besides helping them in whatever ways they need within reason. So he's got his 60 experts he's sending out on missions using as private security and just in general backing up the security of the city.
What I will say with that amount of people and the quality of those people, you'll get so you can raise your income per month by 15%.
It's 15% of
Well, it's 50, and then 25 to 70%.
Yeah, fine. Cool.
I was gonna say 10% and then 5%. We can do it.
So then he's making 205 gold. Cool. I'll just go ahead and do the math on that.
Wait,
Just kind of remember that.
I got 10,000 gold.
Oh.
Right. So,
Got you.
which actually, let me go ahead and remove that from my.
Also, guys, kind of remember these numbers because this is going to be a lot more freeform going forward. Y'all are going to have 4 to 5 objectives after this, and y'all decide when you go and what order to do it in, and how much time you want to spend preparing between each. Okay. Now there is a time limit to this, so we'll talk about it a little bit later. But that way, you know, if you spend 3 months, you know, he just made 600 gold. Okay.
So over the course of the 2 years, I made
And what
just shy
we'll-
of 5,000 gold.
Yeah, and what we'll do is we'll talk about, we'll roll the successes of y'all's endeavor as after each objective to see if you earn more or less from that. And that's how we're going to do this kind of moving forward. So, all right, who is that? It, sir?
Yep. Beyond whatever, like I said, they bring up in theirs that Russell could help with, could or would help with.
Oliver.
I think I'm going last, so I just want to throw out there, if you guys have something that you that Rudy may have time to work on, be sure to have some of that money on hand, because we may need to pay for materials or something that's related to that.
Yeah, and also keep in mind too, y'all are more than welcome to jump in other people's. If you want to help out, role play something, do whatever. That's not an issue. That's just
What'd you roll?
10.
yeah. It's gonna go Oliver, Adrian, Bayor, Rudy.
So, immediately preceding the siege, Oliver would probably spend like that first day or two trying to get an audience with the other 2 swords that stop by.
Oh, that's easy. You have a limited amount of time with them because they are pulled somewhere else, but
Yeah.
they're interested to spend time with you.
Yeah, and Oliver just has questions of like, how does this work? So yeah, just he's trying to get a sense for how does it work being a sword, because Shiro's instructions was you just go where you're told, and Oliver's like, I don't how what is it a voice? Is it like a pull on your heartstring type thing? He's just giddy and nervous and all of those things. He also wonders how they can stay in touch if something happens, if, you know, this stuff starts to kick off even more than it already has. Like, is there a bat signal?
Yeah.
You know.
Sadly, all the answers are vague, and they're
Yep.
the same. You know, you're gonna be where you needed when you needed. Sometimes you're gonna feel your gut instinct is gonna tell you to go do something, and you need to decide to follow it or not. But it's generally a good idea to follow it now that you're in the know and in the club. And there's not a bad signal because you're gonna be where you need to be. And sometimes that means all 3 come together. Sometimes that means 2 of them come together. Sometimes that means each one of them is dealing with a major threat across clearly. So
He'll get his initial day of training.
it's been a lot of that having you play with your sword because they think it's cool.
Then probably for the next couple of weeks, say like 3-4 weeks, Oliver would be very heavily invested in one, working alongside Father Forthill and the rest of the community that was most heavily destroyed, so the poor part of town, rebuild and start to kind of reorganize. And if he got looped in from Arlen's plan to start like a hospital, Oliver is all about that and would be like, yes, this. We can get Fort Hill involved. We can use the other chess pieces because if they're anything like Arlen, Oliver's going, well, they already know how to heal, so this is going to be really freaking good. He would get Bayor's help because Bayor, he's pretty sure has healed someone before.
As the multiple times where you and Baylor is standing above you,
Yeah.
flashes before your eyes.
Yep. So he would assist, I would say, easily for a good solid 2 months of rebuilding and helping kind of kickstart the hospital. He would then probably for a good solid 4 months of time, from beginning to that end of the 4 month, be working alongside Russell and training up some of his recruits. So Oliver's got a very jam-packed first 4 months post the apocalypse. He probably at one point or another go check in with Rooney to see how he's doing. Probably, no more than a couple of days after everything's settled, just to check in and make sure he's doing okay with the whole betrayal thing. And it's okay, you didn't know, but I kind of knew. Type dig on accident, very innocently. Yeah. He would.
You know what? Roll me an insight.
Who?
You.
Oh, okay. 16.
I mean, maybe he trusted him because at one point, Gregory was digging around in his head to help him remove the stuff.
Would feel real bad that the wizard pulled a trick on you and used that as leverage to exploit you. But then also knowing your kind of attunedness with the magics and the circles, and just your general interest in that stuff, he would kind of plant the bug in your ear of how could one go about freeing something from like a binding spell that has it confined to an object. And it would not be very difficult for Rooney to figure out that as Oliver is kind of like messing with the pouch in which he keeps the 2 coins, that he's thinking about something to do with freeing those that are inside the coins.
Before we start rolling that, is anybody else's opinion you want to get on that too?
Oh yeah, he would be going to Bayor as well, because one, he knows Bayor is really good at researching, and he would divulge much more heavily what his intention is of like, these fallen are fallen because they were on the good side. Something tricked them to make them fall on the bad side. Oliver needs to understand what, and needs to know more about each of them so he can try to talk to them, because he'll pretty much say, yeah, I plan on talking to these people for the next, until they start talking back, and I can convince them to, join the right side of the fight. Oliver would very quickly develop a habit walking around town of talking to himself, but it's not talking to himself, it's talking to the coins. So he would also stop by and talk to Russell, kind of in between training, to pick his brain on the fallen angel Lamessa that was in your head.
Russell was adamant that they should be extinguished.
And Oliver's like, oh yeah, that's great and all, but no, I really kind of need to know, like...
He would divulge as much as he could.
Yeah.
He could...
To try to convince you to extinguish them.
He would get full detail in Lamessa's voice, pretty much everything she said to him.
Okay. So that's actually going to be probably pretty helpful for Oliver if he is intelligent enough to use it. So he'll actually take notes. He will transcribe, and it will probably
amaze the entire.
Yep, and that's probably why the training takes him like an extra week with the recruits, because his hand is cramping, because he hasn't had to do that much writing in a long time. But he will give that transcript to Bale,
Okay.
because he's pretty sure that will help.
Rooney is going to tell you that you should be very sure they're safe before letting them out.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
If at all.
Well, yeah, they gotta be willing, but I mean, some of it's just gonna take a leap of faith, right? People can just lie.
They sure can.
Oh, and he'll give you a hug.
Not that it's gonna make it won't make any difference for him because you were successful, but to kind of streamline this, if you will roll me each time someone starts your
Portents.
portents, and you can use those portents for those people.
Yeah.
There you go.
I got a negative. I got a 1.
14.
Yeah. So,
Has you heard anything you really don't like so far?
Yeah.
all right. So what we'll do is, Russell, when you get back over here, a performance check from you with advantage, and then Rooney and Bayo, if you'll both roll me an Arcana check. Yes.
What did you do?
Just the mimicry of it.
Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
I am buying that ring, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
$23.
26.
$15.
Alright. So your check is not necessarily how well you performed it. It's more of supplying the context next to it of how that stuff happened and what was trying to go on there. For the coins themselves first, the act of getting them out of the coins will not be helpful until you can redeem them. Okay.
Yep.
So, putting basically, it's almost, this is knowledge that's beyond mortals, but between the two of them, you're getting kind of like a, in your peripheral view of things. It's almost as if the gods allowed them to go in the coins so that there would be an opportunity to save them later, because that's not where they were bound for another destination. You know what I'm saying?
So like they, instead of going to true destruction, they got set aside.
For opportunity to be saved. So taking them out of the coins or destroying the coins themselves before they are redeemed will most likely lead to them being completely destroyed. Because they have nothing to latch onto unless they are in a human or in a mortal. And once that mortal dies, they will have to either mortal hop or be done. So they don't have a home to return to. Like, the coins, in essence, are their home plane right now.
Okay.
So, with that, the story, you'll gain access to the church's notes and knowledge of what they know. It is limited, but the story of how they fell was there was a hero and a group that was trying to stop something from happening 1,000 years ago. One of them was tricked and brought a creature into that. You can most of the people assume it was he who walks among into the celestial plane, as the gods were bestowing boons onto the heroes to go help defeat whatever the thing it was. The hero's name was Gauss, and he was the one that brought this thing in. He was the one that unknowingly. He didn't know it was happening either. And all of this happened because Castiel put his faith in this group. And basically, in a very similar fashion, where y'all seem to be chosen by a different group of people, Gallus was Castiel's champion at the time. And then that's why they blame Castiel, because they felt Castiel should have known better.
Should not have trusted Gallus.
Right. Shouldn't have put his faith in Gallus. And then, Gallus twisted it when Endurio entered him, corrupted, and that's how they felt. The specifics, not really there, not what specifically happened to make that happen, but that's the general idea why they dislike Castiel. The angels themselves, Endurio almost takes a sort of pleasure in using the person that caused him to fall to destroy the rest of humanity. That's his goal. Destroy mortals, so the mortals' free choice can't be used to do what it did, which was harm 30 perfect innocent beings. And he at this point views y'all as a plague that needs to be wiped out. And if y'all's souls are gone and up into their realms, and the demons can't use it to their advantage. And that's the fallen's part. The hatred for mortality is to destroy them, to prevent the demons from doing what the demons want, but in a twisted way, that's exactly what the demons want.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
What a big fucking baby.
A little bit.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, he would stop by and just kind of hang out with Adrian for, probably another couple weeks, and between bouncing and helping out at the hospital, checking in on Rooney periodically, especially if Rooney needed any help lifting heavy things or moving things around, because he's doing like smithing type stuff.
Oh, and also would help anybody with any kind of armor crafting that they wish to help with. So you probably help Rooney on any of the armor magic items.
When we go to start making roles like that, y'all can just volunteer. Okay. Anything that you're trying to achieve with Adrian, just outside of keeping in touch type situation?
No, he just staying in touch, and then probably around like that month 5 mark, you guys just don't see him again.
So he's just going out and doing things?
What's a little odd is he leaves without saying goodbye. He just goes. That's his aha moment. He gets a call, somehow is pulled somewhere.
Okay. Do you want to describe what happens on these adventures, or do you want to just use that as fuel for future role playing?
I mean, if there's any particular crisis that is going on, I mean, may catch wind of a story of a halfling who rides into town, what looks like holding just a hilt of a sword, and ends up like talking people off ledges, really just kind of dealing with hostilities that are starting to kind of bubble up from people no longer trusting one another. Specifically, like I think he would have gone to Silvery Moon if there were any sort of hostilities there of like, hey, you were away at the Accords, you abandoned us, from that political figure that you mentioned earlier, and he would use kind of his newfound persuasive skills to try to mend that relationship. And all the while doing so, of course, he randomly has side conversations with the coins of like, see, look, we're not bad. We just get manipulated like everyone else, like you did. And we can rise to the occasion to do the right thing. And it sure would be good if you would help us stop the real bad thing, which are these he who want people. But yeah, that would be the rest of his time. And at the end of the 2 years, he would be making his return back to Yartar. So some of that other stuff maybe we can discuss outside that to tie in if there's consequences of him just being a general sword of the faith.
All right. I did forget. Do you want me to tell you how I changed the AC portion of your boom? Like where you could give somebody plus?
Sure.
You can, in the same way you can roll to reduce damage, but you can roll a d6 when somebody within 30 feet of you fails a saving throw. to add that to that table.
So when using the shield, I can give an ally a plus D6 to a save.
Yeah, within 30 feet of you. And you can choose to do that once they failed the save.
And that's within charisma per day. That was the
Yeah,
the other
double
field.
that.
Okay. Nice.
So it'll kind of double down too if they're within your radius, your aura, because you're already giving them a 5 bonus.
Yeah.
But couldn't think of another way you could help someone defend themselves if you already can't do besides that.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep any of your portents when we go to the next person?
Who are we going to?
Adrian.
Keeping that one for Adrian.
Yeah, I think so.
Then roll the other one.
What's a 14?
Oh no, you're keeping the one. You can keep both one, or like if you want to re-roll
Keep something
14, you
at one.
can. It's gonna be a very bad day. Okay. Adrian,
Yep.
what you got going on?
She would.
It's only thing that you have expertise on, right?
Proficiency.
Proficiency.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Damn you.
Any like
But
Oliver
look
would
at
attempt like casting a
He
tone
ran
pretty
his like that,
regularly
but it's like,
on
fuck no.
points.
The best
Yeah.
part is they wouldn't have known that.
Or ceremony for a
Could have
tone.
been like,
Hopefully, Adrian doesn't realize it's just my expired driver's license.
I'm googling Sarah. Give me 1 second.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily going to have an immediate thing, but he spends, a considerable amount of time conversing with, and then providing an opportunity for response through the ceremony.
What we'll do is that would be a good way to measure the temperature, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like and the reason I say that is because Toman specifically says you have to touch a willing group. And you don't actually have to touch them because they're possession, but what I'm saying, the point I'm getting at is they have to be willing. So
Yeah.
when you realize this works for the first time,
Would be an instance of, hey, now I need to look at how to.
correct. Okay. Let me add that to his list, and we'll go to you.
She would spend about 15,000 gold in purchasing a building that's on the nicer end of town and turning it into a speakeasy. So the first floor would be like the bar where like, drinks are served and stuff, but then the second floor would be a pseudo escape room / museum of their adventures that the Reprieve has had.
Oh my god, that is
It's so fucking self-serving. I love it so much. Adrian is a Yartarian treasure.
Some of the profits would go to rebuilding. And there would be guest appearances by Oliver to regale them of tales or Rooney to play music.
Hold on 1 second, you go really fast.
Oh yeah, Oliver would definitely help out this. Like that's probably what happens. Like when he comes by one day, he's like, "Hi, what are you doing?" Oh, okay, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
This sounds fun. And he uses whatever tips he gets to like go back to the helping rebuild the poor part of town.
Okay, what else we got?
She would also seems really funny, but she would potentially like try to deepen the relationship that she has with Asmodeus because she realizes that he's taken an interest in her, and is trying to use that to her advantage. So she's trying to put herself into a position of favor, and ideally, like if Asmodeus is, say, bad cop, she would want to become kind of like the good cop. So, in instances where, like, say somebody cut a deal and he couldn't like, go see them or whatever, like, she would go in his place, ideally. So, like, for the first 3 months, she would be building the speakeasy.
So on that one,
Mm-hmm.
y'all's deal is going to happen after you left. However, him seeking that, we're going to add something to your boon.
Okay.
And that is you can use the number of times equal to your intelligence modifier.
Mm-hmm.
You can detect if somebody has had a favor from Asmodeus.
Okay.
And you'll know if somebody owes Asmodeus something when you're near them.
Okay.
There were nothing but warning bells with Oliver. He owes me so many favors. Just never knew he was talking about
No.
she like just looks over and her eyeballs explode out of her head.
It's like you want to deepen your relationship with him, you gotta go through me.
So like her first 3 months would be building the speakeasy, and kind of like once it's stable, she would be gone for like 6 months, kind of putting herself in favor with Asmodeus. And then when she would come back, she would also help she would help Russell with his security firm, with like teaching people how to have like sticky and light fingers, or offering like investment capital. And then for the next year, she would be hopefully like the bar would have kind of garnered a decent reputation because she would have put it on the upper end of town, so closer to kind of where the mages would be. She would be looking for clues about the lich that made an appearance. And she would be using the bar as kind of a secret meeting place for the wizards if they were interested, like in that being kind of their place, to potentially like get clues about like that lich, so she can go hunt it down and kill it.
The wizards themselves have a more secure location to have conversations, but that doesn't mean you don't go onto them and they don't come and they don't have after work talk.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
pretty much so. Yeah.
With that, you can roll me right now. Because you can roll me right now an attempt.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make it a persuasion,
Mm-hmm.
and see how successful your bar does run. But like I said, we're going to have one of these after each one of these objectives that will go up and down. We'll see what it gets from there.
14.
Okay.
Oh wait, what is a reliable talent? What is that again?
I think the minimum you can roll is like a 9 or something like that.
Okay, so
Alright.
reliable talent.
Anything below a 10 is automatically a 10.
So yeah, whenever you make an ability
Then
check
I-
that
then I
lets
take
you add your proficiency,
So if you're proficient at
Or expertise. Then.
you treat anything 9 or lower as a 10.
it, then a 19.
What if it's a natural one? I guess ability checks.
Correct.
So yeah, your base roll
on
is 10 plus whatever your proficiency is.
So.
So you got so many things with so many automatically.
Yeah. So.
Instant skill monkey.
What was that? 19
Mhm.
for the potential success of Le Renard.
Oh, is that the name of the bar?
Mhm.
You're going to have to help me spell that.
LE, and then RENARD.
Alright. Where do you want to go?
It's on the upper end, right?
Yeah, so this is the embassy.
Mhm.
This is where the Velvet Room was. This is yours, Reprieve.
I've got it like here.
You want a short commute?
Yeah.
I respect that.
Did we hear about anything going on with the Velvet Room? Sorry, that's a question
You
I
are
maybe
good.
should have asked earlier.
No, that's fine.
And she is like absolutely marketing it as one of the heroes of Yartar, like owns this place.
Oh, Oliver would help that.
But she's walking around with big poster boards on front and back that say "I am the greatest" for 2 years. Just doing that.
Just no.
And we saw a dude.
Her first week while it's being built, she's in the hot dog suit, but then like on the street corner with them signs.
We saw a dude in a
Oliver
hot dog
being
suit
the
at
hamburger
Sonic
symbol.
We were like, daydream.
I was tempted to take a picture of it, but I was like, that would just be.
Yeah, there's not a good opportunity to subtly take a picture of a stranger. So.
Hey man, I'm taking a picture of you.
I mean, yeah, they probably
My friend played you in D&D.
What? To be fair, he isn't wearing it because he hates attention.
That's true. He hates it more than the dude that was in the giant inflatable dick.
What?
Yeah.
There's a dude.
It's all relative.
You know the dinosaur costumes that inflate?
Yeah.
But it was a penis
With balls.
with balls. And you could see the little mesh, but you couldn't see him inside of it. But yeah, he's just standing there, and it was like that much further over the bed. And he was just standing there in the main concourse.
Okay. Sorry. Took a long. Alright. Cool beans. Anything else?
She would try to keep her, I guess her time with Asmodeus kind of a secret, or at least as much as she could, or just like would downplay it.
Yeah. I mean, Asmodeus is not like hanging out with you, kind of deal, and y'all not like meeting up, but you're noticing subtle signs, and you don't know if that's necessarily him subtly pointing you in the directions, kind of like with the part of the boom that's been added.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes I would say probably the most personal the conversation happens is you'll sometimes have dreams about something or someone, and you start seeing them more often, and it's kind of giving you what you feel like are hints, and you've used your boom to realize that person owes
Sure.
you, type deal.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think anything else. I think it'd be it.
Okay.
Quick question: how much would a keep outside of the city run per month?
Go back.
That could house his
Oliver just
small
moves in.
fighting force.
In Castle Grayskull.
All right. So a keep or small castle is 50,000 gold.
Okay, so that will wait.
Hold on, let's see. An outpost or fort is 15,000 gold.
Is that just outright to buy in?
That is the construction cost. Now,
Upkeep for that.
the upkeep. I mean, you can have the people you already pay do some of it, but we've already got like unskilled labor. If you want cleaning or administrators or something like that, is 2 silver. Proficient, 1.5 with the role. Expertise.
You could
6.
employ and pay. Actually, just build your keep, make it the lower part of the city.
But I will say, for what it's doing,
That's also displacing a lot of people.
No, but
well,
they're
I mean,
the help that lives inside.
there's also a lot of dead people. So,
I mean,
but you have 60 people that you're trying to clean up after, feed, manage. I would say probably a 1-to-6 ratio of unskilled labor. So at least 10 people. That's cooks, cleaning, general maintenance.
Jester.
So either he would try to, in a lot of the decimated part of the lower city, have it built inside the walls, or potentially shortly outside of the city.
I don't know if they're going to
Yeah,
actually build a forge in.
Yeah.
so,
So we'll start with an outpost and potentially an upgrade. So he'll have
I mean,
10
what are they gonna do?
proficient staff to assist with that. So that would be another.
oh, actually, it does tell me. Never mind, I lied. So it's where's the
So 10 people would be 15 gold a day.
if you're doing people that are proficient. Like, not all the jobs really require you to be proficient. I mean, cooks, there's not really a skill for cooking. You might have feed.
Well, survival.
Okay, so yeah.
If you wanted to do that.
So we'll call it 10 gold a day for all of the staff.
Okay.
So yeah, outside of the city, and it's effectively he will live there part time as well, and that's barracks and training ground outpost
Yeah.
for his
It would probably be
attack.
right outside of what you see is where they would allow it. And that is roughly around 2 to 3 miles outside of town. Which side of town do you want to build it on? North, south, east, west, or
Closer
any
to
other
that
corner of it?
crypt, because then we can just slowly expand and take it.
Crypt was over here, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
Up near that side of the city. It wouldn't take much convincing.
I think this
Because
is
it's something where he knows he's going to want to expand.
the dream I've never lived. But anyway,
I will die.
okay. To answer your question, which is what's happening at the Velvet
Oh,
Room.
yeah.
Honestly, not much has changed. They do get a bump at the beginning. Then the competition starts with Adrian, and then it's just almost like they're right now. They're a block away from each other. So there's definitely now the clientele is different, right? You're not running like a brothel or anything like that. You're running just a fun place to be, drink, get to know each other, stuff. So y'all, in a way, are complimentary, but they've definitely taken notice. And there's especially with you being, it's a weird mix. There are people that are proud that you're there doing your own thing, and then there are people that are just like, I guess they're too good for us now.
Oliver would have attempted to help recruit Rachel and Ashley to go work for the Renard.
If Adrian's okay with that, you're more than welcome.
No, he wasn't really going to be asking. He'd just be like, they'd be working there.
Well, let's see. What is your? Well, you can roll the persuasion check to see if they will quit their jobs to go work with Adrian.
Because he's going to pitch it as like, why not work with one of the heroes of the city? She's starting to be on the up and up. So this is your chance to kind of get out of kind of a little bit of the criminal underbelly.
We have dental.
Yeah, dental. That would be a 25.
25. Okay. You've convinced them to leave. Now, do you hire them?
Yeah, they're literally in there just like kicking ass, and Oliver's just like talking up some people. And, oh, hey, yeah. So, yeah, Rachel and Ashley.
Which you do need to hire some people with this. Whether or not you want to be these specific people, that's still up to you, and they could just be unemployed and Oliver talking about a job. I don't really care.
She'll ask them, like, did Oliver talk you into quitting?
And they're like, yeah, I thought this was a sure deal.
I mean, it's fine so long as, the previous boss doesn't come hunting me down.
Well, they're not gonna, spy on you for the previous boss.
Oops.
Can't believe what
So what was the
No, she'll say, like, so long as what happens here stays here and doesn't go down a block, then I don't see why not.
Well, we're no longer being paid by that person, and she, how she gets when people leave for cool.
Okay, well, I expect I'll see her visiting soon enough.
So these two are expertise. So that'll be 6 gold per a day. Like so, it's 12 gold per day since 2 of them.
Okay.
So, minus that from your 500, that's your net income. And I would probably say to run a restaurant and an escape room / museum, you're gonna probably need more than just 2 people.
Oliver, Oliver will help. He would also.
For 5 months and then boogie out.
Well, no, he would leave behind.
Oh, this is what we do.
He'd leave
All right.
behind funds.
So after, go 3 months, build it. I'm like, okay, something needs to happen here. As she will use some of the profits from that bar to potentially help rebuilding, but also in one, using that for potential tax breaks. 2, she'll see who has made deals with Asmodeus,
Mhm.
and then offer to hire them to potentially work their way out of it, so they don't have to do more more dangerous or strenuous things.
A deal with a woman with a deal with the devil.
that's pretty much how she would pitch it.
I don't know.
She's part of a demon or a devil's pyramid scheme.
And Oliver every now and then just shows up and turns his sword on everyone's chest just to check if you're evil or not.
Think of it as she's
It
hiring
always
people.
kind of sputters. when
She's
it's
hiring people to get them out of debt from the devil. So really, she's doing the Lord's work. So
She's like, really, I'm basically like Jesus.
So what you want are indentured servants.
I think, in the words of Dr. Hammond, well, not to put too fine a point on it.
I believe the current woman picture is forced labor.
Labor Lord is on the
That is too cruel.
CBP watch list.
That is too cruel.
Oh man. She would hate them. She's coincidentally only targeting weaker Muslims. I just put Brian
so
Jones
terrible.
said it where you guys could hear it.
Your hands snapped together. I passed pretty well, can't hear.
I was sorry.
So I'll say,
Nice.
over the 2 years, you pretty much fill your workforce with those people. We start off obviously with you finding normal people and then slowly just replacing them as time comes. How many people do you want to help run the place?
Probably about 10.
The place suggests you got twice this and a little bit more. The place, the suggestion in the DM's guide is 10 skilled, 6 untrained. So you already have 2 skilled with Ashley and Rachel. So that's 15 gold a month, and then 6 untrained is 12 silver. So grand total, that puts you at 27 gold a month and 12 silver. No, 27 gold a day and 12 silver. I'm sorry.
That's gonna be what times 27 gold times what 30, and that's my monthly expenditures. I'm losing money.
60 plus 10 staff. Oh, and I adjusted it. 2 cooks, skilled or proficient. Everybody else that's like cleaning and maintenance is unskilled, which knocks it down to 5 gold a day. Ish. Or,
Yep, I actually think I
4 gold a
did
day.
my math wrong.
But
Sorry, hold on.
I redid my math, so end of 2 years I'm making 55 gold.
Right, what I'm saying is I think I did the math wrong on how many it is per day. My bad. So one person 6 times 30 is 180 gold per month. for the skilled labor, for the expertise labor.
Okay.
So, and then just proficient is 45.
You can have 2 people.
Yeah, that's if they're expertise. Yeah.
That is a rapid remote departure.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to the.
My bad.
Well, it's like you make a keep in one of those little games where you build up a civilization and you just have 2 people walking around the entire time, just my lord,
Milady?
Matina.
Lady Matilda.
I'm like, so he could have a squad of proficients.
Correct. Because 10 of them is 450.
To the beat.
At least it's not 810.
So technically you could have
What is
11.
that?
He'll do 10.
Okay.
No. He's gonna start with 5.
Hey.
And he's gonna be doing the missions with them. They're gonna be doing.
Was that at the reduced rate that Oliver helped?
Yes, that's at 1.5.
Yeah, that's what Ryan was saying. It would be 800 and something if it was the non-reduced rate.
So he's going to be.
You're welcome.
It'll be 5 people, which is you do the math for me real quick. So I gotta do the math. Adding back up to my fucking. Go so I can.
How much money would, so if it's 800, let's say 15 gold a month to run La Renard, how much money does it make back?
You're actually hammered.
So 225 gold.
Start scaling everything.
And so he's not gonna get a keep yet because that would be silly.
So that's the deal is you have the passive income of 500 gold a month.
Okay. So we're losing money on this.
Right. So what we'll do, you don't have to buy as big a place either.
They was looking at the books like, kill this
How much did you say?
225.
225. And then how much would I make with 5 proficient people that he is going on the missions with?
Y'all's income is 500 a month, unless something has changed.
He's got people working for him, making money for him.
Right.
What does that change?
Nothing. It's fine.
That's the 500.
Okay,
Yes. That is the 500. Yeah.
I understand.
Yes.
Um,
Y'all went from making 30 gold a
Welcome
month
back
to
to
500.
1 or put down time
Yes.
where I had to come apart.
so
So a guild house is basically, what did I say to you earlier? What was
it
it?
was 10,000. I was going to invest 15,000. To
Well, no. So
bells and whistles.
a guild house is 5,000, and that's 2-story 50 by 50.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you up it to 15,000. So that's almost 3 times as big.
Oh no. No.
Yes. Yes. That's what. That's yeah.
No. Okay. We go back down.
At least I have 31,000 into this instead of 11,000.
All right. So now to run that, that's 5 skilled, 3 untrained.
Okay. 5 skilled, 3 untrained.
Which is basically yay 1.4. It's 220. We'll just round it down to 226 gold per month. So you are in essence making every month 274 gold.
In the red.
And by the end of the 2-year period, that will leave you with 6,576 gold.
And guess what? I made 24 more gold than you.
You said how much? 5,000 what?
6,576.
Is there any way I can help them with their investments and have them make a little more?
Hold on a second. Just write down 226 gold per month. That's what you're making each month. Well, basically, it comes down to like cost. So if you are like you've got money you're not spending in those 5 months, I'm assuming, and if you don't have anything to put your 500 to, well, now that you can put it to this stuff, so they can buy more.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, when they go to buy someplace,
Mhm.
well, they negotiate, and I give them a 1 in the negotiation price. Not them, the people they're negotiating with, to reduce their overall rate.
It seems important.
I will do a 10% discount on that because the value is the value.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm
So-
not trying to get anything other than just something for free, so.
I'm not trying to get anything other than it.
So yeah, so I could. I mean, so the 5,000 initially that you spent can be 4,500 for on the the buying.
Yeah, that's it. That's if they want assistance with purchasing it.
What was that?
Okay. Anything else, sir?
Alright. Nope, that'll be it for me.
All right.
So goddamn funny.
You're doing it here.
Okay. All right.
You want to take a break since 8:40, or do you want to keep going?
Yeah, because yours is probably going to be. I don't know how long it's going to be.
It potentially will be robust.
Okay. Then we will go ahead and take a quick break. Meet back here in about 10 minutes. Meet back here. You're not allowed to go anywhere but this room anyway. I'm just kidding.
Do you think that Bruni would want to play with Bayor at La Renard? Think about it like a Duke Silver scenario.
He wears a mustache and hat.
Funny enough, he actually looks a lot more like the Fig, where he does have a monocle. He's gone from the beard to the thing and out. So,
Yeah, on her appearances, he can be doing this.
yeah, and it'd be one of those where he's kind of doing that for fun. And also, you know, it'd be a way he could show off.
He said his horn's going more.
So now what they're doing is they're slowly arching to where they come almost to a circle.
The old pokey head.
Because they used to just go out, like kind of back, but now they're kind of circling up almost behind him. And he does have the 4 wings. He will, after that evening,
Mustache goatee.
yeah, so it's going to be not the goatee. He'll look like Robbie, where he's got the thing going down here and then out like that. So, campaign 3, Critical Role. The guest star with the hat.
Gotcha.
He'll have that, where it's a big, thick strip here, and then it goes out, kind of flourishes out a little bit like that. And he'll have the monocle that goes over his galaxy eye. And
That's the one that isn't 2020.
yeah. It's like,
Like,
The magic hat. That's
That's
the one with problems.
Like it's only enormous. Just looking at the mustache on him.
Oh.
Okay, that's good. But they don't really have a good strip. But I was going I saw a curly mustache and it was like, oh yeah. I'm like, all right. Well, it's not the world's greatest hipster. It's just more of a normal looking dude.
That's what Bayor is. He's just like, who now?
Dude, long haired fella. Or
No,
he's keeping his hair still.
his
Gordon.
hair is it's not Gordon-esque. It's got a little bit more Pierce Brosnan. So if he was older, he would look similar to Pierce Brosnan from Doctor Fate. Shazam. Right? No, sorry, not Shazam. What
Black Adam.
Black Adam, thank you. Okay. So
Okay.
port tint.
All he does is transporting.
Double 6s. So 5 and a 6. All right. You said we get 500 per month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a world? All right. So first off, let's do this in time order. Bear's going to see if there's anything left of Chloe.
High or low?
Look.
Awful for like rolls on like Brian's number.
Those are good, but they hurt you.
Yeah, I rolled a 7. This is like divine intervention level.
Damn. So she's basically fine,
Yes, yeah.
other than
Arlen is able to revive them. They still have to go through the whole, like, they suffer negatives for so many days with the people.
4 days. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Well, they'll get them back, and then
I'm so glad you said low, because if you had said high.
I really thought it was going to be like Brian really put it into perspective of when they shoveled like gravel or the concrete, and I'm like, that's what it's going to be.
It would have been if you had said high.
Haste.
Yeah. So with that said, he'll get her back, and that's going to change his downtime drastically.
Okay.
I have ceremony.
What does that mean?
Can marry you.
Oh, nice. So with that being said, he'll get her back, and then he'll spend, a lot of his time with her. In the time in which he's not spending with her, he will have a series of objectives. One would be to investigate he who walks in every capacity.
So the walkers.
Yes.
That'll probably be the. So y'all keep saying he walks. Like,
Yeah.
that's
So he'll do the walkers. He will, like, in this, he would have 100% tried to insight Chloe to see if she actually wanted to come back or not. I understand that that's kind of like weird, but it's one of those.
You mean after you brought it back?
Well, kind of, because it's one of those. You said that
There you go.
they'd forget, right? So, do they remember Paradise?
I'll say that they let her forget.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, and it just seems like she just kind of fell asleep for a minute, then he won't even think about it. Now, granted, he looks really fucking different. Now, with his messed up eye, his kind of shape and form being what would appear almost disfigured, right? It's just almost like, when they describe angels in the Bible and they're just fucking terrifying, that's kind of what I have envisioning of people. That's what people would see him as initially, because it just looks fucking wild. Now, with that being said, he'll just spend a ton of time with Chloe, try to get her to take a different job, but she'll probably be even more adamant to help with the police and all that stuff, so it's kind of a non-starter, so he won't press it too hard. He will attempt to assist in any business venture that anyone's doing and say, venture capital, how does the city work in terms of how to start a business, what documents are needed, what permits are needed, who to talk to, who to grease palms in terms of when is the best time to do it. We all know that the city took a large hit, so structurally it'll be in recovery mode for a long time, so things may be able to, if you act faster, you might be able to get stuff through without as much scrutiny. But he's doing, since most people are wanting to do stuff above board, he's not thinking anything is wrong with it, so he's just like, let's do it. So research, working on the wizards and the wizard circles, and he would be as brazen with that as possible, but he's talented, so he's just going to do it. And he's self-taught, and he can do a lot of the super fun spells and yada yada. He is going to, if Chloe will allow it, he's going to have them live a aristocratic life.
Like a noble or something? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to live well. He's going to just put her in comfort since she went through the ringer. And with that being said, it'll kind of be a scenario where she's going to keep him grounded, because if not, he'd fly off. Like, he would just, his head would be in the clouds all the time, because he would always be thinking about what's coming next, what happened before, what he missed. who he missed, and he's going to incur Russell's assistance on a very important mission. We got to find Sally McBeal.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be something like planning the engage, like the ask him to marry.
Yeah, I don't remember who that is.
She put
So
one over on that abjuration wizard.
correct. We got to figure out who Sally McBeal is, and we also need to figure out who the bard is who fucked us.
Like, oh, I figured it out. Okay. Oh. What? Wait. So Sally Neil McBeal, Navy SEAL. Who was that?
That was the entity, like Johnny just said, who tricked the abjuration wizard into killing themselves.
Gotcha.
And help gain and trick. Moment inside.
May not have been good, yeah.
Oh yeah, and the bard there.
Yeah. 33.
Okay, they're the same people.
There goes.
Hold up. Are they a human, an elf, an orc, or a celestial?
How do I say this?
No.
Yes.
You're the worst.
Yep.
You just.
Hey. So
Okay. With that being said, he knows.
I had two people in mind for this, and you made me choose which one I wanted.
But Russell will 100% help in whatever way he can. That's what the focus now.
Bears
And
know.
kill them.
Bears going to come to the conclusion it's the same person. We got to then figure out who does one go to have things taken care of that aren't us, right?
Me, go to me.
Well, that's the thing, right? So the
Before
whole
you existed.
yeah, before
It
we
was
were around.
still me.
Yeah, they always came to me. Funny, you are the person because you changed shape into them. They are the.
They're the same person. So am I.
I think I remember having heard they were at.
Well, they were going to be a party or something.
Yeah.
Sinclair's.
Sinclair's. Yeah.
So Sinclair may know who they are.
Yeah.
So then he would also employ Adrian's help.
Oh, you just interrupted Arlen.
He knows us now.
Huh?
He knows us now.
Right.
We have business.
So with that being said, they would say, "Hey, Adrian, we need to figure out who's Sally McBeal / this bard was who fucked us. They're the same person. Sinclair knows them, so we need you to go in there, smooth Sinclair a little bit, get some whatever information you can, and then we need to figure out who this person is."
Strangled.
Going back to your whoring.
Yet to be determined. Get the grill mark suit out, okay?
Good whore.
So, gonna 100% go chasing after them. In the 2 years,
Hold on. Roll me persuasion. You gonna help with this before I just ask you to do it?
She totally would.
Okay.
She would also use her boon to see if Sinclair's hold favor with Asmodeus.
You're gonna go see the youngest Sinclair, and no. The only reason I say that because he was bargaining with Arlen to come save him. If he had Asmodeus save him, he wouldn't need to do that. So it wouldn't make sense in the
23.
23. The person that they knew you were describing supposedly died in this fight.
where's the body? There, I'll say that to your head.
Let me rephrase that. Died, went missing.
So, no, okay. Yeah, they're around.
The masquerade somewhere. Somebody knows something. I can.
I mean, it's a massive disguise, and all you have to go with is the way they look.
Yes, but people or entities are predictable. They do the same thing over and over again.
Well, to you.
No, well, yes. That's why I'm trying to investigate this motherfucker.
But you've only met them once.
That's all I need. He's Sherlock Holmes, buddy. You got a fucking 28 passes.
In the past.
Yes.
You met them once in the past, and you didn't even see who they truly were.
There's going in his mind palace, like,
Anyway, keep going.
elementary, dear Watson. He's going to ask, is Chloe going to stand on the force, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. If that's the case, are they promoted for their actions?
Yeah.
The glass ceiling.
Well, no, I mean, I don't want to put a fine point on it, but she died like in the initial blast.
Who am I talking to right now? I'm a soul reader. I'm just kidding.
So, but no, the thing is, it's like obviously some things changed. People got a good proportion of the guard is dead. So there are. So I would say actually no is incorrect. It's not necessarily for good work. It's just you're now the senior because you know.
We'll take it because we're living aristocratically now, so we'll take any sort of bump in pay we can get. With that being said, well, if Oliver just leaves one day, he wouldn't ask her to, be engaged before that time because he wouldn't want to seem like he's like, oh, I have to do it now in case you.
I mean, you got if it's within the first 5 months.
No, that's what I'm saying. He would wait until the second year to do it to make sure everything's settled down.
That's how we'll leave to go on the main quest.
What's that?
You get married. You leave.
Well, then
You're right, you get the point.
perfect. With that being said, I'm going to investigate, going to assist everybody with business, then making sure, then the mages. They're also going to, they would be dressed like, they already wore fine clothes, but now they're going to wear nicer stuff because they have to have things that almost fit around them, that almost are magical in nature. Where it's like, oh, this is my outfit. Could they potentially persuade or talk one of Arlen's siblings into being like their valet?
I mean, as long as you pay them, I don't have,
Absolutely.
Well, if I pay him,
as long as you pay them, I don't think Harlan would care about that.
I want the Black Bishop
Okay.
to be my valet.
Bishops look too much like wizards.
That's
You have other uses for them.
Nice.
Is there a reason why you want the Black Bishop?
It's one. It's one that I know. I mean, if there was a queen or a king, that would be interesting.
Well, the only reason I say that is because the Black Bishop that you interacted with was not part of the original set.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay.
that was a piece of armor that young Sinclair made and was actually walking around in.
He was in there the whole time.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You actually saw him, for those that interacted, that was what he was fighting, and it was a broken bishop set that he was using. But he did that to get close to Arlen.
Gotcha.
I think I even
Amazing.
said that at the, or maybe y'all weren't listening, but he indicated that he was in there to Arlen.
I gotcha. Okay, no worries. All right, so with that, I'm gonna do that, and then as the first year goes, he would kind of he's gonna be a little more cloistered, right? He'll be basically investigation, asking Arlen for help to research, trying to make sure their businesses do not get corrupted. Tries to get in favor with the wizards. So we have a liaison with the Reprieve to them directly.
I mean, you are, in essence, Rashid's apprentice at this point.
Okay, gotcha.
Sadly, you've assumed the position of black sheep because you were Grigori's apprentice, kind of.
He is going to engage with Bruni and ask how he's doing at some point, early on, making sure you're all right.
There's no time to feel bad right now. There's too much to do.
I would say that's true to a degree, but if you never deal with something, it's going to eat you.
We could just deal with it by eating delicious things.
That may be the case, and I might be able to fly off those calories, but I don't know if indulging a sweet tooth is going to make it all go away.
I told you my sweet tooth every day.
Yeah, I know.
I think you need healthy shit.
Well, that's very true. It's like, oh yeah, you have the metabolism of a 12-year-old, so go for it.
The more I think about that, the more grossed out I'd be. Like, I'm eating a salad, but it sounds like it tastes like a cupcake. I think I'd lose my mind. I'd be like, bleh.
You already have. Do we need to go into Grigori's and take a look around?
Yeah, I figured we'd be doing that with the city at some point.
So, can we do that? Okay.
I mean, people have already been there.
We'll do one
Wizards.
more cursory thing.
Because I had asked to go in there with
Yeah.
hey,
Oh, that's right, you did.
You
So
know, they were
they
trying
will
to go
bring you
with it,
along.
yeah. Okay.
So,
I'm gonna have my lantern out.
okay.
I'm gonna be true scene.
Okay.
Do I see anything on
Nothing.
Rooney?
Nothing is.
All right.
Oh, do you see anything on Rooney? Actually,
Yeah.
everybody sees it now, but that's
No, Bear would do it when everyone's looking away.
Familiar, annoying, tiny little redhead sitting on my shoulder, kind of kicking her feet forward.
Okay. Just kidding. Nope, I didn't see shit.
As you saw.
I don't see anything.
Yes.
Oh my God, is it Julia Roberts?
No, it's a little.
Leah.
It's Liam.
I
That's
know.
actually funny. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's who that from Hook. That's who Tinkerbell is in that.
I didn't make that connection. That was all pure. Like that's funny. Now
Yes.
Liam looks like
The
Julia
answer
Roberts.
is yes.
Yes, perfect. Oh, okay. Okay. Was there anything you were looking for in here as he is shining off?
Who came to visit? It was you. You actually roll for me, guys.
Who?
Not you, just the two people at the house. Sorry,
Investigation? Or?
I had to jog my memory. You're the ones that went to Burgoy's house and found the wall with the river, but these two are actually there now, so they can roll
33.
investigation. 33. You find the same door with a rune, and that the rune is a trap.
Can we dismantle it?
You can certainly try.
So just tell one of the actors we're there with to do it.
Okay.
And walk behind the wall and make sure I don't get blown up.
Yeah. So Daryl will be like, "Hey, there's something here. We need to disarm this and
Diffuse.
get everything."
Okay. They'll cast a spell first, and they'll basically say,
Kalima Shakti.
I'm actually trying to figure out how this would work.
What?
So first things first, I'll say roll Arcana now.
$30.
18.
The rune is I forgot what it's called, but it's the glyph that you can program spells into it.
Mhm.
But the magic for it is aimed to inside the rune. You don't know what the trigger is that will set it off, and you don't know what it does when it gets set off.
Make out a spell.
I-
I'm asking one of these abjuration wizards.
Yeah, that's what I figured too.
So the abjuration wizard goes to cast the spell on it, and as the magic starts to happen on it, the trigger is when magic interacts with it, it explodes.
Counterspell.
Does you counterspelling the spell?
Well,
Yeah, the spell
the
is
sigil
involved.
wasn't.
I'm assuming this is a spell that's happening from the sigil. I'm going to counterspell the spell that happens out of the sigil. I can see it. The spell's being cast, so.
You gotta roll for it.
Okay,
It doesn't
okay.
work.
Well, if it's higher level spell, that's fine.
If that's something we can do, I would do that as well. I just did not think that was.
You're good. Do you want to try and counterspell? Because your counterspell.
I'm gonna look to see how that works real quick. Because if it, this is one of those situations. Is it's like
Glyph of Warding was cast well beforehand.
right.
I just don't know what that. Like if that counts as a spell being cast. Can you counterspell a spell after the Glyph of Warding?
Come on, ChatGPT, give me the answer.
No, this is actually was answered in by the big guy himself. You cannot use the reaction to counterspell a spell that activated when a glyph of warding is triggered. That is because the counterspell specifies you have to see the creature casting the spell within 60 feet.
No problem. All right. Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. I'm gonna absorb elements.
All right, like I said, it's aiming not towards y'all. It's aiming into the room that it's protecting.
Okay, so it's gonna destroy something that's in there.
Correct.
Silver barbs.
You don't see most of the podcast thing.
Okay, well, open the door up then once it's exploded.
So you open the door. Yeah, the room is pretty much fucked up. What went off is a 9th level shadow.
Fine.
Yeah, no, they wanted whatever was in there is destroyed, but y'all can roll me an investigation check.
11.
33.
Okay. He's working on some sort of ritual.
Okay. Does this ritual look like anything to you? And he'll specifically point out ritual from something needed to be done. If he can roll an Arcana to see what kind of ritual it might be, once he pieces everything together, because he'll effectively try to recreate what was happening based on just. It's shattered, and he knows the blast radius of shatter. No, he knows how the spell works.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those. If shatter was centered in here, he would know it would have to blast out, and then it'd do it boom, and then things would fall. So effectively, he could almost recreate something if he can.
Right, but you can't like recreate the specifics. Like,
No, I know,
you can
I know.
get, like
He
shapes.
piece them together, yeah.
But
My thought is maybe something to contain or capture, potentially create a soul.
What is a soul?
I'm not religious.
But yeah, but we know it's a tangible thing. Religion doesn't matter at this point.
It is a tangible thing.
Right. I mean, it seems like our friend got one. So
Arlen has one.
yeah, I mean, I
They
told
gave
him.
them to all of their friends. I imagine there are souls sitting in those coins.
Yeah. So, what is that? Just an embodiment of consciousness? Is that what a soul is?
There's energy to it.
Okay. So it's something that has energy. It's something that can think, right? Something that can be extinguished. Yes. It can be consumed. Potentially. Right?
Yeah.
Why don't we ask Arlen when we see them again? That would be interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay. Huh. Okay. You don't know any other ritual he's working on other than possibly capturing a soul or making a soul.
with
Maybe
that,
whatever he chased the lich off with.
Maybe.
you guys also have enough Arcana to know that there's actually a spell that knows that can capture a soul.
Okay, would this be similar? Like, do we find any sort of remnants to that spell?
No, but I mean, he wouldn't. My point is he wouldn't need a ritual for that. It's
Okay,
it's
so
no-
you're saying he's doing something wouldn't readily be known by folks, or something that may be lost or old, or something.
Yeah, this is a unfamiliar ritual, and
Okay, gotcha.
and this spell allows once a creature dies, he can use the moment of that death
Yeah.
to capture
Yes.
the soul and put it in something.
Gotcha.
So you don't think it's a ritual to
Oh.
capture a soul, but it could be still to create one because that's different, and it could be something to do with lich, like you said. But go ahead.
That was an out of character.
Okay.
Soul cage or whatever.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Anything else here you want to look at?
You throw up a quick detect magic.
He's using the pipe that creates animals, and Superb will be on this shoulder, and Duplicitous will be on this shoulder. His little house. One has smoke. And I'm gonna cast detect magic
Okay.
ritually in this place. So
Much like there are spells here. None of them are obviously dangerous. You know, there's simple spells like a lot, things that you would expect from wizards to have, things, quality of life spells. The only real dangerous thing was the booby trap in the room. But basically, who's going to fucking rob a necromancer's house that's on the seat of the council, right? You are asking for the absolute worst death possible, and it's not even a death.
Does he have any spell scrolls or a spell book in here?
Go to the book, because he would have left with that.
Yeah.
But
I'm looking
roll
for
me
a spell
a,
specifically.
roll me in a, well, you're looking for a specific spell? What is it?
I want Unseen Serpent. It's a level 1 conjuration spell. Yeah, and you can cast it repeatedly. So I'm going to have chest beat, ballet.
Just talk to Russell. He can find some kid that knows that.
God, he's like, hey man, come here, we're going to go grab a spell.
We're gonna go visit George.
Roll me a perception.
I've seen him cast it.
I was like, what?
Uh, 21.
Yeah,
Passive perception is 22.
yeah, you found one.
Cool.
You just do it right there in 1 hour.
Yeah, why not? Actually, funny enough, it'd be funny as hell. I cast Unseen Servant and have the servant do it.
He uses
No, I know. I can't do that. Oh,
The servant's like,
what do I do? Like,
it's unseen head. It's the other one.
yeah, so he will jot that down as he goes. He's not going to stop their progress or whatever, but he can 100% be like, yeah, cool. So,
I don't think we're making much in here.
yeah, that's very fair. Anything else that you wanted to check on? Like, this is kind of right after the thing. Knowing, like, he's alright for at least today.
I was just hoping to see if there was something in here indicating what was going on.
Sure. No, I feel that. And
If he actually enjoyed my presence.
I'll say this: you don't give yourself enough credit with your ability to charm folks, and it is not due to some kind of magic other than you being who you are.
I would have thought he maybe asked me to come along or something. I wouldn't have.
It would just been nice to
It's,
ask.
yeah, the invitation would have been nice.
I would say this: not being asked along on an evil plot, I wouldn't take it personally. Because even the person who might be most capable of helping you do what you do, they don't know if your heart's in it. That's not a means to your capabilities or to whether or not they liked you.
That does make me feel better.
No, you're a good lad.
Oliver's just like, sorry, and I feel like he's kind of kicking me a little bit, but
He is, and he may be the best of us, but that does not make him a good person.
Just like insulted everyone.
I never said any of us are any good. We're all fucking monsters.
thanks, babe.
Oh, really fucking sad.
Yeah, there are saints that also people slaughter people too, so it's okay. All right, so that's part of it, and then in the second year, and like I said, if Rudy would want to play along, they would play at La Reina because that would be just hilarious, and they would have a Duke Silver thing going on. But of course, it's kind of humorous because or funny to me because it would be one of those. He would be he would try and be a little more charming and all that. He has a 14 charisma. It's not awful, but it's not a 20. But anywho, it would be something that would just be very fun. Play the cello, you play whatever instrument you want. They just do a little like thing. We could be like a Ron Burgundy type thing.
Toriel would come along.
Let's do it. Yeah, it's great.
He plays a little. He plays a battle axe with some bass strings on it.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
He's a barbarian.
I was gonna say we would be some low playing like low octave folks. I'm playing a cello. There's a bass. We would be very low, soothing, like sexy sort of
up
stuff.
there with y'all.
Bear would also try to teach his valet how to play so they could play with him. And actually, this robotic thing would be almost technically perfect.
I feel like we're trying to create Twitter. We've got a lion. We've got a chess piece.
I didn't think about that, but you're not wrong. We have Hogan. We have Meowch.
Send me Dorothy.
What's that?
Send me Dorothy.
Oh no.
Leaving. That's it, man. Flying monkey. It's just not a good suggestion.
I'm the Wizard of Oz, motherfucker.
There's a man pretending behind the curtain.
They don't mention that might be good. So yeah, we'll be playing there. Bear wants to learn a little bit more about Bianca. See if she made it.
She did.
Okay. He would try to kind of get in with her a little.
Okay. Make me a persuasion at disadvantage.
Can I get any help?
From whom?
Either one of those two?
You tell me.
I think it would be Adrian. And what they would do is this. They would ask Adrian about their old boss and try to learn more about them.
Okay.
So they would just try to roll straight without a disadvantage. Oh, that's fine. What are they using to counteract my charm?
Knowledge you don't have.
Portion is what I'm talking about. I can make them roll a 5. So I can automatically kind
This
of
is a
be decent.
DC. This is not a.
Someone's a fucking cheater. You said what? Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
19. Okay. Do I get an audience with this person?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. What are they like?
What do you mean? What are they like?
Would you like
Like, I
to
mean,
role
it-
play the thing and
Okay,
go
sorry.
through
I thought
motions, or-
you can do a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to figure out what you're looking for. Like
So
when you of all people ask you what are they like, there's a lot you can gain. I'm trying to figure out what you want.
do you remember a very specific moment in Infinity War when they asked, "What does it cost?" Everything. So in that instance, I just want to know what kind of person they are. How do they act? Do they act like with the high and mighty? Do they act any different, or what may be considered different due to the city being in shambles? And they're like, "It's my time to take over," or anything like that.
So, she is. First thing you notice, just from your passive abilities and stuff, is everything that's happening right now is an act.
Okay.
Like the persona she puts in front of everybody is fake. And even with that persona, there's an undercurrent of anger,
Okay.
specifically towards you.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
What are you mad about?
Do you ask her?
Sure.
So Adrian sent you, right?
Not in the slightest. I got her help to figure out what you might be like, but I didn't come to.
You're one of her new entourage. She abandoned me.
I am not a part.
I thought we're all part of Adrian's entourage. I thought it was she's the leader.
According to the museum.
100%.
Adrian's in the
You're-
role
you're-
with all of her sidekicks.
Yeah, your escape room experience after you get out, you were in the museum gift shop where you see fucking.
You escape into a museum tour. What is this?
Where Rudy has programmed a magic mouth to relay Adrian's stories about her and her heroes saving city.
Just need to ask you a question.
Story.
Can you-
from there. Trip to the Feywild.
What?
He's not gonna need to ask you a question. Can you?
No. This is gonna sound very strange, but I need to figure out something.
It's gonna cost you.
What's it gonna cost?
Depends on the question. And it's gonna cost you more than most other people.
Okay, well, here, I'll just put it out there. I want to know what you think I taste like.
Let's go with 50 gold.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna cost you also.
Sure, same deal. You're not gonna kill me if you try it, right?
I'm thinking about it.
No hand to the gold.
So what is this? Is this you coming to shake me down now?
Not in
Is
the
that your
slightest.
plan?
Not in the slightest. I
Then you better give me a good plan because
I
this is
really-
what this feels like.
I want to know this. I just want to know this really bad. I almost died a little bit ago. You're a fucking vampire. Let's drop the charade.
That's why I said, are you coming to shake me
I
down?
don't care about what you are. I just need to know this.
Just slit your wrist and drink.
Okay. It's iron. It tastes like nothing. You have a refined palate.
Not the blood.
What is it then? That's worth this whole conversation.
Yeah. Now it's worth 200 gold.
Bad at poker, bro.
It's the, so take it. It's the energy and life force that's in it.
Then I need you to try. You already said you would.
No, I said I would tell you what it is.
Fair. Bianca, I must say, it has
Yeah.
been a pleasure being in your...
Not reciprocated.
I didn't ask for it to be. And he leaves.
Russell's walking in, rolling up his sleeves where you see other bite marks.
Yeah.
He's like, that takes me all day.
No, I love it. I love that so much.
Tastes like chicken. You
His spirit tastes like chicken.
Oh man, that's funny as hell. All right. Second half, Bear is going to like find something, that Chloe would like or enjoy, a setting or scenario, and he would propose to her effectively.
Okay.
So
Russell calls dibs on Ringbringer.
I think that's for y'all.
just dibs happens. It's like
He shows up. Dip?
It's just,
On what?
yeah.
he drops on one knee, and instead of reaching into the pocket, he just holds out his hand, and you just, boop, and then disappear again.
He's like, trust me, I'm watching. Like, give me that back. Actually, I think what he would do, he would take her up into the sky.
Okay.
They would have flown.
You just say yes because of the implication.
See, I understand. Oh no! Oh, what happened? And he
Who is your god now?
Jesus.
Maybe.
He would. Oh. Oh no! This is.
Where are the other wives going? Don't they stop throws?
Don't be solo strokes. He'd take her to the sky, have a moment, tell, and it would be kind of like he would kind of ferry her around or hug, whatever would be most comfortable. But then he would tell her reach into his pocket, and then if she would pull it out, it'd be there. Hopefully, it would be exciting and a fun time. And if not, he obviously would not drop her afterwards. But
At this point, she tells you no because you ripped her out of it. No, I'm just kidding.
How much did you spend on the ring?
Ooh, that's a good question. She knows how much money you have too, so she's
The
just
living aristocracy. Really, I'm going with it.
he would have got a jeweler to get her.
Also, remember, there's some people with packs of shit from hell.
The standard's like a third of your salary, so like 170 gold.
Thanks, appreciate you.
Except for, well, no, you're not one of the ones that
500 times.
It's 3 months salary, so 500 gold. 50-50.
There you go. I didn't.
Sorry, I got it.
I didn't think that. I had items and shit like
That
that.
is so silly.
He would have asked for Adrian and Rooney and Russell to find like the right person to make it for a good price, a good quality one.
would be romantic.
What's that?
you get a diamond worth 300 gold because that little thing has saved your life a number of times.
Nice. Well, there you go. He probably would. I don't know how big that would be if it would be
Also,
244.
the practice.
She's just.
The practical mindset of that too is if she does die, she's have a ring that you can use to
Yeah.
bring them.
Oh no, he's liking the efficiency of it. So he would do that. It would be in an adamantium band, so it couldn't break effectively if he could. I know it'd be very difficult and maybe even time consuming, but he would plan that out. So
I'll have to. I don't know how much adamantium cost.
I mean, it's like 2,500 for adamantium plate.
Well, yeah, but that's plate. 100 gold per pound. So
Not a lot.
what's fun isn't adamantium the property, which means you can't be crit on?
I'm gonna say you'll need more. Well, you know what? If you let Rooney make it and Rooney rolls high enough, I'll allow it.
Sure, he would actually.
I do have a shipment both mithril and adamantium.
Well, then if he can, he'll try and give that a shot. Okay. So, and he'll help out in whatever he can. Or if he does the better portents on your time, he would just have it work. But hopefully she would say yes. If not, then that's not a problem.
She does say yes.
Okay, cool. Hey, we fly up even higher and have one week. If that's the case, they would then plan it for whenever she wanted. If they wanted to, if they came to a conclusion that they wanted to do it at a certain time, he would pick it to where it's, they have time to let the city build back better.
By the end of the 2 years, the city is going to be, it's not going to be completely back, but it's going to be back into a
Enough where it's
very
actually
functional, very it's, there. You still see scars, but they are being more and more distant. If
Right.
that makes sense.
So, yeah, it's going to be his downtime. Research, magic, Chloe. And then he would, laughing, he'd ask Harlan to be his best man. He's been there running forever. He brought her back to life. Yeah, it'd be too funny. It's one of those where they do the thing, and then Bear's got the entire reprieve on this side. Looks like Carmichael, and it's like, no. Carmichael's the maid of honor.
If Russell's your best man, he goes and listens to like 100 weddings, best speeches, and just regurgitates them.
I think it would be Chris Ferris's speech. That's what we would try to find. Because that was a damn good one.
I always thought it was going to be the Sherlock one.
That would be cool, but that's not their dynamic. Because Bayor would be the Sherlock. He might even say that about himself.
Alright.
Bear's his own best. He's like, fuck this, I can do better.
He
knows me better than me.
Well, remember, when he was talking to his reflection in the mirror, he did say, "You're the smartest person that I've encountered." It's like, what? But, yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool beans. Running.
We got an hour and a half. Here we go. The first thing he would shoot for is to target the large farms in the area and become a silent partner in them to double their production for a percentage of their profits, which will make up his passive income. And then the business beyond that is we're not going to have a storefront per se because we're starting small, but it is going to be very, very much so Wonka-like chocolates. I have a number of these that I'm going to share with you guys.
Okay.
Not a ton. It's like 6, maybe 7. First one being Russell's Truffles. They're little dark chocolates that, when consumed, make the consumer make a random animal noise. uncanny. We have Adrian's aperitifs.
Russell shows his human teeth every time he needs them.
That's the rapper. Is his face with human teeth.
Oh, okay.
Adrian's aperitifs are a sweet champagne with a hard to place saltiness. It comes from hot dog water. When someone eats one of those, they, for like a minute, disguise themselves as a random food item. It becomes fun. We have Kipkin caramels. Some illusory tiny kid outriders ride up on their dogs to the eater and kind of hunt them.
Did you say hump or hunt?
Hunt.
Okay.
It's just a bunch of little Olivers.
We have Bayor's bonbons.
They look bad.
They're a little spicy. The person who eats them grows horns with their skin turning red,
Oh my god.
and it kind of drains up into the horns as they fall off, and those are a little bit extra candy.
Neat.
We have Arlen's rock candy. So, the person who eats that kind of has their skin grow to like a stone skin like consistency. Not like actually any functional benefit to it. It just kind of matches the chess pieces.
Yeah.
There are winter nights, which are little mint chocolates. They have a little illusory cloud with snow sprinkles that come down on you.
Nice.
And Rooney's Reserves, which are a bouquet of little fruity chocolates that cause a little magic surge with like a beard growth or a change to your hair skin color, seen from the ears, whatever.
There's a something that you just can't shake.
You just can't quite place where that's from.
It's from the other.
Salt water.
Someone goes into your
Water.
factory, but no one can ever leave because they can never keep your secrets away.
Dozens of crock pots.
And those can be found on the second floor of the speakeasy. But later up.
We can put them right there. We'll probably have some of the bonds out just distributing them as well. You know,
The literal bonds.
have them, yeah, exactly. Just, you know, have them earn their keep a little bit, have some fun. Going with the 10% reductions. And then I think I want to touch on a purchase first.
Okay.
That is the Deck of Wonder, the full thing.
Okay.
I'm going to draw every card in it. The only two permanent things are some gold, 2 uncommon items, and proficiency and intelligence saving throws.
So there's 3. You got gold, uncommon items, and what?
Proficiency and intelligence saving throws.
Does it tell you what the uncommon items is?
No, it's up to you. One of them's a wondrous item, one of them's a weapon I'm proficient with, so any uncommon.
Where are you? Why am I having a hard time with this? All right.
Anyone around?
Is there a
you
restriction
guys
for
can
the-
see absolute clusterfuck things happen,
Is it
but it's all fine.
Nice.
the wondrous item? Is that a restriction of any type, or is it just wondrous item?
Uncommon wondrous item.
Okay, so they're both uncommon.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright, roll me. Roll me a d6.
3.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
16.
You get a Feywild Shard.
Ah, those are for sorcerers.
Yes. This warm crystal. You randomly added random to my shit. As an action, you can attach the shard to a tiny object such as a weapon or a piece of jewelry, or detach it. It falls off if your attunement ends. You can use this as a spellcasting focus. When you use meta magic option with a spell, you can roll from the wild magic search table.
I will give that to Kerr.
Got it. And then you want a weapon. That is. Common. Alright, this time. What? Is that all it is? Are rods weapons? No. Alright, roll me high or low.
Low.
Okay, there's still roll me a D100. Tell me if you just tell, actually, I just need to know if you get high or low on a D100.
I got a high.
Okay. Page 2. Because there's only 2 pages. Roll me a D8.
8.
Okay. You get. Are you proficient in spears?
All weapons.
Okay. So you get what is called a YKLWA +1.
Equa.
Equal. Yes.
So
it-
caveman. Equa.
This is a simple melee weapon that is traditional to a Cholton warrior. Consists of a 3-foot wooden shaft with a steel or stone blade that's up to 18 inches long.
Jeez.
It costs 1 gold and it deals 1d8 piercing damage on a hit. Although it has the thrown weapon property, it is not well balanced for throwing. It has a range of 10/30. 10/30.
Cool.
It's got wild from Tomb of Annihilation.
We're gonna probably just use that for decoration. And then following that is gonna be, I think, crafting.
Okay. That's what I was searching on my phone for earlier. Pull that guide up. Okay.
Since I have the materials for it, the first thing I'll start working on are illusionist bracers.
All right. So this is armor. So anybody with Arcana can help, or armor smithing can help.
Yep. I can help. So if you want to do advantage,
I get advantage from my puzzler's way, right?
that's
Okay.
just jump. We'll lower the DC to have Russell's help.
We'll see what happens. Go for it.
Did you roll Courtney?
Not for you. Interesting. Okay. I get a 12 and a 19.
Okay. Save that.
Yep.
One of those was a 13. Add a D4 talisman. This is a 14 on the dice, which comes out to a 19 in general. Yeah.
Okay, so 19 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You are successful. What minor boon do you want for it?
Using some pixie dust from Leo, would it be possible to do a flight speed on that and save it, like save myself the attunement slot on my boots?
No, I think that's gonna be too powerful because I'm reading this thing and it's fairly potent.
Oh yeah,
So
maybe a plus to hit them.
for your cantrips only. Yeah. Okay. So be a +1.
All right. Secondly, who else doing something mithril adamantine related?
I heard like adamantine was the thing. So if Russell's half plate could be remade adamantine, and he'd be willing to help with that in whatever way possible, or if you just give him the supplies, I think he'd potentially be able to do that if he's proficient with smith's tools.
Yes, but you'd have to get, because it's a magical item, like it's
Okay,
magical
so-
metal, you'd have to get some sort of magical smith tools, like a +1.
I think he's got the money for that.
Yeah.
How much would magical smith's tools cost?
I think Smith's tools are 50, right? Most of those kits are 50 gold. So I would say 100.
So he's got magical smith's tools.
Okay, so hold on. If you could just tell me what half plate normally weighs, if you can look that up for me. And that's how many, and it's, what did I say adamantine was? It does 100 gold per pound.
40 pounds. So 4,000 gold.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll be making an adamantine shield.
Okay.
Bless you.
Same thing. If you'll go to the equipment and just tell me how much a shield weighs, and that's how many pounds of adamantine.
Half of 750 is
750? What 375?
375.
That is going to be 6 pounds.
So 600 gold.
Okay. Who else? I mean, I don't know who else is there after that.
Oh,
Good.
he needs a ring. So
Oh, yes.
we'll say, how many ounces on a pound?
16.
A ring would probably be what, 2 ounces, give or take. So I don't know.
It's one that can fit a 300 gold diamond.
That's true, yeah.
And it is adamantine.
Well, it's diamonds equal to that amount of gold, right? Effectively.
Right.
Could
And
it
like
be
I
like a
said,
band of diamonds or
well,
whatever?
yeah, not only that, but like I said, the value for diamonds in this world has changed because they bring people back to life. You know, it doesn't take as much of us.
God.
So,
Inflation.
It's
You're gonna
nice.
get
It's nice that magic takes that into account.
Yeah.
so that's about, we'll say 10 gold
Excuse me?
for the adamantine.
10 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And then
We'll make like 1.5 ounces.
I get you. Yeah.
a suit of mithril plate.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Roll on the ring because he wanted to see
Right.
if it can do the not quick thing.
23.
Yeah, it works.
I owe you one. And he's like, and he Bear would tell Rooney how he's gonna do it.
May never see combat.
You need both, brother.
He gets jumped on the way and it saves his life. It's like,
Well, I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing. It was,
all right, what was the next thing? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
mithril plate.
Yeah, materials for that.
At 262 gold.
Oh, you paying back?
Paying the final of my debts. And then never again. But I mean, he's not going to pay me for it.
So 500 gold. Well, what are you? Which piece of armor are you trying to make?
Plate.
Okay, so it's gonna be more than that because plate in general is more than that.
Yeah.
Add 500 to plate, so 2,000 gold.
Okay.
I got to thinking that might be a steal, and I'm glad I thought.
I'm just writing all this down as is, and I'll do
Yeah.
10% after, and then if we'll allow persuasion at that point too. But, cool. The first we'll get Russell fixed up then. Get a 13.
What is that for?
The adamantine half plate. That's only uncommon though.
Well, that's enough to be successful.
Cool.
Good, because I already added it to my inventory and equipped it. And subtracted all my gold and stuff. Because yeah, Russell just straight paid full price for that because he's like, no, I've put this motherfucker through a lot and he's helping me in a big way here. So he will fund that completely.
Much appreciated. Next, I will go with the mithril plate, and I'm gonna try to infuse that with the for +2.
Would you like a 19?
How's that? We've done the. We won't count the ring. We've done the braces, so that takes about a month and a half because it's very rare. I'll say the 2 pieces of armor because they're just armor but they're special metal. That's a month total, so we're at 2.5 months.
Can Russell's help with all of the armor reduce that at all?
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll do a percentage reduction once we get through everything, and see if there's time left to do something else with it. So this is the Kraken's.
Yes, I would.
Okay. Bear's gonna ask one day, what are you working on?
But trying to give myself a little upgrade here. The scale mail's not cutting it anymore.
Does it come with a seat?
A seat?
Mhm.
I mean,
For your friend?
oh,
That's a weird one.
when we're wandering around, I was thinking I'd probably keep her back.
Is that really just that person just right there?
Yeah,
So, oh my goodness.
it's a punishment. Go on. Tell 'em.
I don't think it's a... Okay, I mean, fair. Fair.
That's what happens when you betray your liege. Is you're stuck with, and she's always going to say something. You intuit that she was going to say something mean, and then like something stopped her.
Interesting. Okay, well, now you know better.
She will. I'm just kidding. We're treating her.
I have no doubt. So some more
Can
armor.
I turn him into something? Like a lizard.
No, or ice forever. It still happens.
Sorry. What was that?
It was interesting.
Just freeze. You get an armor upgrade. That sounds pretty cool.
Much needed.
What material are you using here?
Mithril.
That's pretty hard to come by.
Yeah, but I figured, hey, if I'm doing it, I might as well do it all the way.
You know, when in Yartar.
And I am not a strong enough boy to lift that much adamantine.
Understood. Well, in payment for the ring, I'd love to help you out if I could.
Please?
Okay. And Bear is effectively his portent, like, you kind of know how this works now. And if he ever offers help like that, you know it's going to come in one of two ways. One, he's going to either infuse you with the ability that may knowledge and faith guide you. Not in this instance. Actually, in this instance, he would do that. Can that work? Is that a skill check?
Yeah, but I mean, that's only good for a minute.
That's fine.
And
It's effectively going to be like the chair, like the ending of this where you want to infuse something. Bear would try to utilize his arcane intelligence to say, and if you apply it just like this, I think it may get the outcome you might want. And it's like he's trying to remember the Kraken.
Wax on counterclockwise.
Mm.
Wax off
Yeah, and then wax
clockwise.
off.
That's it. Who else is over there?
Now remember, precisely 3/4 turns.
Don't over tighten.
Yeah.
Hand tighten until completely assembled. Understood.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think you'll perform admirably.
And then you get done and you realize there's no screws, but somehow you're focusing on that was what made this happen. Alright, so he helps you with the mithril?
Yeah.
Okay, so minor boon for that one.
You're throwing the stew on there.
Plus 2 is on
At this level, that's in the email I sent. It's like level 11.
So
The
for
plus 2 is a
you're
minor.
talking about minor boon with the bow.
We can hold off if we need. We're gonna need more materials for this kind of thing,
Okay.
which will be proposed very soon.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where, but if that is the potential minor boon at the point, I'll take that, man. That's a one. That's a solid one.
Yeah.
So I was thinking potential like swift quiver, but that's I've got a quiver of Alona and a pretty decent income now, so it's gonna be easy to
You
just
can afford it.
have a steady income or a steady supply of +1 arrows. So. Yeah, like Russell is creating the fucking SEAL teams of Yartar. Right. It's just gonna be a bunch of operators walking around in sport shades and shit.
Pop the ever smoking bottle.
Yeah, the fucking Oakleys pop their ever smoking bottle up, stack it up. Let's go.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome. Great, Ethan. I'm holding off on the shield because we need to hunt for some of that stuff. They were asked for a timepiece of travel. Do you have materials for this?
I think so. I mean, it would be whatever I need to do it, because I have the timepiece. It just needs to become me able to cast launch right first. So whatever that is.
I'm trying to think, what kind of monster parts do we have that's...
The only thing we have left right now, I think, are Arlen's Kraken skin.
Or no actual materials we have left.
You back your bitches right here too.
Oh,
What level is Longstrider?
Purpose, I think. I want to say that.
I mean, Bear was going to say, if you want to hang on to the Vicious Reprieve, you most certainly can keep it.
I'm building, hopefully,
Something good.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah, first level transportation. Long
Okay.
travel.
I'll say it's not difficult to go find something, a magical creature of some sort that's known for its speed. Defeat it.
Find a couple of them. Boots of speed.
What is Boots of Speed? Like, what rarity is that? So it's going to dictate. So they're rare.
But yeah,
So-
that's another one Russell would fund and potentially hunt for the materials himself.
That would be a challenge rating 7 or above to get that. So 7 to 13. But we'll get to that in a second. I've already discussed some rules with him on how this is going to work. So
Do you want me to just go through the stuff we're making that we might need to get materials for first?
let's go through all the stuff that we can make now that you want to make now.
Okay.
And then we'll discuss the plan after that. So you got, we'll say 2 weeks for the timepiece.
Mm-hmm.
Because all we're doing is adding a challenge rating one thing to it. So
Arlen wanted a cloak of displacement. We were going to use the Kraken skin for a +2, but I do not have a. We don't have anything illusory left.
Oh, and Russell will be giving his slippers of spider climbing to Arlen.
okay.
Need them anymore, but we just.
Yeah, just do that. Either let them know or do that.
Oh, yeah, no, Madeline's already tracking.
Okay.
Just
So that
keep track.
I'll let the Kraken do it because the Kraken has a legendary action that allows them to shoot ink out
oh, cool. Okay.
and like kind of make everything have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Displacement.
That is the last thing I think making with current materials.
Okay, we'll have to roll for the cloak of displacement.
Does a cloak count as armor?
No, I don't think so.
Russell's next item proficiency is silk. He's gonna be Rooney. He's gonna be a seal cannon operator and Rooney.
Dirty 20s.
Good one.
What were the dice?
Top one's a 15.
Okay, cool. I have a 12 in case you rolled any lower than that. So
Right. So what we'll do is that will work. So +2 cloak of displacement.
Cool. You hear that, Madeline?
cheat deck sheet. Yes.
Alright, so that was it's gonna be, since it's rare, it's only gonna be a month. So before you add the month, where are you at in time?
That is at this point 3.5 months.
And then you add the month to it for 4.5.
2.5 before the cloak, 3.5 total now.
Damn.
That's where you're fun time for some solid items. Rooney's just totally on the way.
He's up there. Fuel on chocolate and spite.
I'm picturing him like the wholesome Frenchie.
What? Oh,
Where you remember when they make the basically the adamantine 50 cal round? I mean, it drops acid and it's like cutting the shit up.
So what we'll do is we'll save 2 weeks with Russell helping you.
okay.
So you got
So-
2 months plus 1 month, so 3
3
months.
months. Cool. And that's stuff done for our excursions.
So now, basically, the way this is going to work, guys, and what I explained to him over text is, we'll allow you guys to go out and hunt creatures to buff your stuff, or to make other things. But it's gonna the currency here is going to be time. You got 2 years, depending on how well you roll and how you leverage what you've got. Will take amount of time, and then he's got to create it, which will take some more time. So almost effectively doubling the time it takes to make something.
Now, you guys might be able to go out and take care of something that, has a speed boost.
Yeah, it's something where like Russell would potentially recruit his boys, plus maybe Oliver and Baylor if they've got time.
Well, like while I'm working on this other stuff, because I was gonna establish that if it's something I'm going on hunt for, it's gonna take a year of time before I'm able to go do that with the other things that I've been working on.
Yeah. So Russell would find out what is needed for the boost of speed, and then recruit whatever additional help besides his 5 dudes.
Like I said, so it's a challenge rating 6 through 13. So
What does that mean?
juvenile Kraken was a 14.
Okay.
And then, 6 is shit. I'm trying to think of something that y'all thought that was 6. So that's within your realm of being able to do with your team. So now I just need for you to roll a survival check.
Where am I finding this thing? What kind of environment?
There's enough challenge ratings that's fast, that's in any environment. I'll let you pick.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, it's a survival in my preferred terrain of.
Except for city. It's not going to be in the city.
Cool, the forest.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to
My other preferred terrain.
Yeah,
So I've got
level
advantage.
6 to 13 monsters not going to be walking around in an urban environment, but
I'll tell you what we're looking for Eurofo as well, but that might take a little bit more.
Yeah, that's one where I imagine that's going to be a significantly higher challenge rate. Cool, I got double 17s for a 25.
all right. So we'll say that takes the minimum time that I told him it would take, which is 3 weeks. Now let's see if you can roll a survival to successfully skin the thing. Or
That does not include advantage because it's.
I don't know how it works. Is it just to find stuff, or is it to just whenever you're in it?
Let me double check.
I don't think it's for the skinning of animals, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think it's just for. Your proficiency bonus is double for proficient skills when you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to it. This is not necessarily related to the forest, so.
Well, I mean, creatures are part of the forest. So you.
I mean, if you'll allow it.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that.
25 again.
Okay. So yeah, 3 weeks. You get what you need. You can. That's 2 there back. There's no delays, and you haven't hunt something else because you messed up the skin or anything like that. So you are good to go for 3 weeks. So.
So I can take roll to make those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Since
So
that's
that's a
armor.
natural 20.
Well, Russell will not bother helping because he can't help any more than that.
Okay. Da.
We're rolling enough.
It's a lot of dice.
Yep.
Yeah.
That ring of puzzler's wits.
So,
Pulling its weight.
what's the minor boon you had wanted to put on there?
Oh, we did not talk about minor boon for the boots of speed. We just talked about bow. So,
Silent move speed. Silent movement.
yo, silent steps would be
Like with the boots of Valentine.
Oh, yeah, I'm fucking cool with that.
I'm down for that.
So, just turning Russell into a fucking ghost who just moves at the speed of light. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I'm not mad about this. It's just wonderful.
And what I will allow for your natural 20 portion of it is you can use your reaction when hit once per day to kind of like almost teleport out of the way. Like you're gonna move like 5 feet to avoid the hit.
So I've got once per dawn,
Yeah.
negate one hit.
Yeah, once per rest, pretty much. So
Okay, cool.
And how long do boots of speed take?
that's rare, so a month.
And then, is there a way to add that custom thing straight to the?
Were we able to get Baylor's necessary components.
My assumption would be yes. So.
Yeah, I thought we had already rolled for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was not paying attention. When
You're
that
good.
happened.
Like I said, that's just challenge ready run. Like,
Add it to your watch. That's a 23.
okay.
Nice.
This would have to be like a very minor boon. I don't know what a very minor boon would be.
For that.
You're already getting a level 1 spell.
No, it's the direction. I mean, there's always know where north is. That's what
Yeah,
it
that's
is
fine.
technically.
Yeah.
So it acts as a compass and a watch.
Okay.
Taking
That's the first time it works. Bear's like, huh, and it starts thinking a little bit faster, just a smidge, and he goes, because with that, he's moving at 240 feet per round. If he casts haste on himself, he's moving at 480. That's almost as far as if someone shot a bow in a round. He can make it there almost.
You know, somebody with a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
You start next to them, and they're just
Yep.
you race the arrow there and catch it.
Yeah.
You're turning into Quicksilver, and I'm talking here.
Yeah. It's a fun one.
how long would that one take?
Oh, that, like I said, I think that I said only 2 weeks for that.
Okay. And then I think we're getting to the other stuff that I needed to do, which involved going out. So I was looking to make a staff of power, which is going to be sword of power, because Rudy's not a staff guy. And then no functional difference. And then just some stuff for a +2 or whatever. For the staff of power, I was gonna try and find a Shivaran birch treant, and hopefully not kill it because treants are good, but help it out, help its forest. Maybe grow the plants, like cast plant growth on it.
Oh, no, would they bring any monetary costs for Russell's involvement in the boost of speed?
Part of like going on missions and stuff with you guys. Okay. Are you bringing anybody with you?
I will bring with me anyone who would like to go.
Okay. Oliver's out sadly because he's
Oliver's out.
off in 5 months
What's what are we doing?
to go fight something for this staff of power.
Yeah, no.
Help Shivaran birch.
Russell would help, but potentially.
They're good. I wanna
No, he wouldn't.
not necessary.
If he's got time with what he's doing, he would help 100%. Because Rudy's turned him into speed.
What do you?
Speed.
Yeah, I mean, they would go help.
Yeah, the one where like Russell's like, I can at least give you 6 solid seconds of straight murder.
What challenge rating is this? What is this called again?
It's just a treant. I'm saying a Shivaran one because that's not an actual thing. But in the wooden fused focuses, those are the ones that enhance force.
Neat.
So this is just a basic treant?
Treants are the only creature that I can think of, but Shivaran birch is the.
No, that's fine. The only reason I say that is because a treant's only a challenge rating 9.
Oh,
For
is it?
staff of power, you're gonna need something 17 or higher.
Ooh. Maybe a.
That's why I was like, you need to go
Russell
with
will
people.
bring himself and SEAL Team 1.
It's a dire treant.
It's flashbanged.
I don't know. I never look at the monster.
Thorax and cave.
You were good.
Submit me, really? Let me see.
It's the highest plant
No, it's the
CR that I could find.
It's
It's the highest.
Alright, there's,
shambling mound.
sadly, there's no plants challenge rating 17 or higher. Let's.
Dietary.
Is this not a normal?
Dietary book. I'm just spitballing.
Okay, are you making stuff up or are you
I'm
googling
making stuff
Okay, shit. I'm actually looking. It's like it's not it, Johnny.
Yeah, no.
I can't find.
Particularly angry, awakened show.
All right, things related to force that are challenge rating 17 or higher.
Tarask.
We've got an archaic. This is a gargantuan celestial. Yeah. Lesser star spawn. This is a medium aberration.
I heard forest. If it involves a wisdom or intelligence check with forest, Russell will provide advantage.
Greatest star spawn. Huge aberration. A gargantuan, which I don't have the book for, and then an ancient amethyst dragon.
That's hunted
Let's
dress.
just go fucking kill a dragon, dude. Who gives a shit?
I think Russell's probably leading the hunt here.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to role play this one out because this is a challenge rating 23.
Good lord. What about an adult amethyst dragon?
And it's not sadly powerful enough. Like I said, I don't know if I was clear in the text. Anything that's between 11 and 7, like if you're doing rare, that's easy. You don't go spank anything out there. The purple stuff that you're creating, this is the tier of play you're entering into.
Oak bow is very rare,
Yeah, it's also purple.
so that was another one where we'll likely be role playing whatever.
Yes.
Cool. I'm fucking cool with that, man. Because Staff of Power and Oak bow are both very good items. So,
Might be able to make that from that Dragon Heartstring or something. I don't know. The charismatic boys. Maybe send a message out to hey Arlen, maybe send a message out to Oliver and see if he can meet us for a hunt.
Now, what we can do is before you guys, like I said, it's gonna be freeform. So if you guys want to go on a dragon hunt before you go on your first objective, we can roleplay that out. That's no problem. Or y'all can, like I said in my text, if I kind of know what you guys want, I can try to work those types of monsters and you can just engage with them as we go. Either one of those two options is fine.
Yeah. Is it possible that I can just buy components?
Of this level,
I'm sure they're restricted, but I think based on.
yeah, I mean, but
Question based on.
you guys are powerful enough to engage with this because I've allowed it with all the stuff that y'all have done, and there's 6 of you. Generally, it would take. Like, this is. That, for instance, that dragon is final boss campaign
Yeah.
for a normal group of people, So, for this tier of things, unless you're dealing with other dragons or like fucking Illithid that's dealing with the star spawn and stuff, probably not.
Okay.
It's too rare. Hence why they're very rare items. So anything in the blue category, easy peasy. You'll go hunt it, you'll go find it, you'll go kill it. Probably 2 of you can do it.
I was looking at the blade too, but it's also very rare.
Yeah, I don't know that I. Yeah. I mean, yeah, then I'll just shoot for something I can get a nice, like a stone giant or something to get a +2 on my shield.
Thing for it to be complicated.
Okay.
My shit's very rare.
What main minor boon are you aiming for?
The adamantium shield, the +2.
You're just adding a plus 2 to shield. Is what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's fine. So let's go ahead. Russell, are you helping him find whatever's coming?
I
I'm
mean,
looking for stone giant to get like
no,
to use my shield.
anything you say is within the available time for Russell to help Remy with, he's going to help. 'Cause he put Remy through a lot up until this very busy downtime where we're still doing, all of us are like just balls to the walls, work. But no, he'll help if it's possible.
We'll do this. Will be a for +1 because adamantium is already rare. If I make it a +2 adamantium,
I thought it was rare. That's my bad.
hold on. Let me click in here.
I think +1 is rare.
No,
+2.
I lied. It's just it was blue for hyperlink. You're
Okay.
good. No, it's-
So +1 is uncommon, +2 is
So, the challenge rating to add pluses to like normal stuff would be, I will allow between 11 and 17, you guys start weighing +2. However, if you're adding +2 to already magical stuff, that's compounding its value,
gotcha.
which is going to push it into a higher tier. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So go ahead, because this is considered technically uncommon, like you said, so we can make it +2.
What does Russell's help?
Well, you're going to look for something in the forest, so you can help track it
So
down.
you
Survival check.
you're leading the hunt
All
here.
right, cool. So advantage on the survival check. What importance do you got?
Out of 12.
Can I have that? Because I rolled a 1 and a 3.
I mean, if you're taking me with you, sure.
I'm just here. I'm like, you did it.
I thought y'all need some help.
So that 12 gave me a dirty
That
20.
Okay, 30-20. We will say,
Or if you're cool with an 11.
Let's go with the period.
alright, we'll say it'll take, this one will be a full month, so just 2 weeks. Yeah.
Be fine there. That's a dirty 20. No, that's a dirty 21.
Is this to make it?
Yeah.
Can you do the survival to get it out?
That was dirty 20.
Okay. No, that doesn't slow it down. So, dirty 20? Okay, so we'll just do the +2. No minor boons for this, because it's already,
The +2 is the minor boon.
okay, yeah.
Because that was the adamantine one.
Yeah.
Then 1 month.
How many months we at?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. I'm also going to purchase vials for every day that I can to pour a vial of poison out of my alchemy jug.
You'll just have to tell me what that looks like.
Don't worry about purchasing 3 of those. Russell will provide you with that because he's got 3 vials of acid that Arlen gave to him because he'll find a use for it and he never has and he probably never will. So
We can just do that afterwards because that's just like a minor thing. Just whatever the rules is of creating poison from an alchemy.
It just pours it out every day.
Oh, it's your alchemy jug.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Okay, yeah. Then you do whatever you do within the rules. that the alchemy jug gives you.
Better to see.
12.
We had better to seize that one day. What you doing there, bud?
Now, obviously, you got to keep in the mechanics of carrying this shit, but
I'm not carrying all these with me.
Yeah.
I'm just
jug of liquid
storing them. Did you determine if Leah could or could not attune something?
what?
One item? I'm going to buy a cube of force.
Okay.
Save for a lot of math, that might be downtime.
Okay.
How much would a +1 short sword cost?
Plus 1, I think it's just 500 gold.
Or plus 2. 30,000.
Oh, it does go up, but it's.
Can I actually hold on to that here for a little bit? Thanks.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even put it back in my inventory. I was like, nah.
Did Adrian or Oliver leave me with anything?
Let me check real quick. I'm not sure the two things that I was thinking of would be. Yeah, the two things that Oliver would have been looking to try to work on would be the armor of safeguarding or the animated shield, and both of those are very rare. So him being absent.
While you're looking at stuff.
Yeah. His
Plus 2
big
short
thing
sword,
is
plus
that
upgrading
costs
his
way too
plus 1
specifically
longbow to a
on
plus
my
2.
thing, will probably-
Say that one more time.
So plus 2 short sword,
Probably just
plus potentially
keep it on.
upgrading his
Yeah.
longbow to a plus 2 from a plus 1.
I think I can
Or
only tune
if it's
the
more
items and all of my items are
reasonably-
tuned.
yeah.
She doesn't really need much.
Upgrade
I
longbow.
figured
and
you were
just
pretty
plus one
much
short
set
sword.
with weaponry and whatnot.
Are you able to enchant?
Because it's going to be a minute before you can
And if so,
probably do anything crazy.
So a rare is, well,
Plus 2 was.
what was that in the very?
a rare item is 5,000. That's a plus 2.
So
Okay, so plus 2 short swords,
5k, and then the other one would be 45.
Enchantments can be put on weapons.
5,500 roughly. Or wait, no, it's just straight 5k.
Mhm.
And then an upgrade from a plus 1 longbow to a plus 2 longbow would still be,
4,500.
it would be
Because a
4,500.
plus 1 is 5.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then Russell will get both of those at plus 2.
Okay.
So that'd be a total of 9,500.
Now, you just have a normal bow, right?
I have a plus 1 longbow.
Yeah, that's right.
But
But I'm just making sure.
yeah,
that
it's
it's not
nothing
like a
special.
natural one that's going to compound a little bit. All right, well, cool beans. So, anything else before we move on to the final bit?
What's the final bit?
I'm basically going to tell you what you researched, what you found out, the other 4 objectives.
I was gonna say, if Oliver's gone, it would be like,
Well, this is. Consider this like this is the 2-year mark. He's come back. You know, maybe we're just after the wedding or something. But
well,
this
so
is-
the so what here, and I'm just doing it funny,
oh, okay.
is they have they're doing the wedding. You know, people are invited or whatever. Oliver's been gone. It's been very quiet. They've been very at peace. And then it happens. They do the thing, and he looks over, and Oliver walks back, like he's walking up on Smoke, or he's riding up on Smoke, and he mutters to Chloe, "Son of a bitch." Then you can do all the lore dump you need to do. But
Yeah.
that was just.
It's like you go up and it's like you turn to look at the officiator and it's Oliver.
Oh.
So it's like
It's
you know
all
why
on a pedestal, and it's like,
Father Fort Hill's like, I thought this would be a pleasant surprise. Alright, so through y'all's various researches and efforts and all this wonderful jazz, couple things. You don't know. First things first, you know your objective. You gotta kill the 3. And once you kill them, you gotta go down to the abyss. Doing some research on the abyss. Being inside the abyss has a corrupting influence. So you are going to need to find a way to protect yourself from that influence. Okay. The second thing is this is a very big. There's levels of the abyss, and the abyss itself is. It's not like here where you've got direction. It's just chaos and craziness. So you are going to need some kind of device to point you in the right direction once you get there.
like a compass watch.
which is exactly why I was like, we're not gonna just make that.
As far as
Nice.
could Russell potentially help with the effect against the influence? Because he's immune to possession and resistant to charmed and frightened. Could he provide some?
No,
mental
because what
fortitude,
this
I think?
is this is not necessarily evil. You start earning madness.
Gotcha.
Like it's like your mind is. It's not like being twisted because like an influence is directly hitting you. It's you are just in an environment where nothing makes sense. Things are just crazy. You will certainly have advantages to this because you understand certain things aren't real and you've dealt with shit like that. But it's not something that can be extended. It's just your self-discipline that's going to help you with it.
Is this Rooney post?
Yeah.
Oh, fan.
Minus the icy sword. We do not have cool sword right now.
I mean, this is pretty cool. Just not that sword.
So,
The picture,
Can't
I
hurt
sent
my
of,
feelings.
the picture I sent of Russell is effectively accurate now because it's +2 longbow. It looks like a. The bow in that picture looks like a masterwork bow. So
That looks sick as hell.
Then the next two things that you guys need to do is find, obviously, he who walks behind and he who walks among. During your research and during your time at your bar, you come to realize that something changed in Grigori shortly before y'all met him, and y'all are beginning to deduce that he was under the influence of he who walks among. You also, based off of the evidence that you know, chased the lich, so would suspect that he is probably in the Blighted Lands. Okay. You don't really have a lead on he who walks behind. You've never interacted with him. Outside of the fact that he who walks behind did kill the original Mab in summer.
So what, sorry?
The original Mab. Before Mab became Rooney's mother. So, find a compass. Find something that will prevent you from corruption. And then you have a lead on Grigori, no lead on he who walks behind. You can roll me an inside investigation.
Sound like wheels in the wind.
What now?
We won't get him. It's like, no, she's fucking dead. Don't you understand?
Okay.
Hold up. No. Don't take this away. This right here
Oh, I didn't see
is the max I can get. 41.
is that investigation?
And I rolled 4, nat 20, and plus 13.
What I was asking you to roll was impossible for you to figure out.
Wait, that's it?
So, you
You
do
have no power here. 41. You will never see that in the skill check in your life. Just kidding.
So you actually
just you fucking me.
You just.
know of a force that prevents corruption, and preserves innocence.
Okay.
Rooney was under its effect for years while he lived in that place. Now, whether or not it's attached to something that can be removed and taken with you, but that seems like a good place to start. If you can either figure out how to capture that, capture that essence,
Okay.
or maybe it is an artifact that's there.
Okay.
We're going to the summer.
Yeah, alright.
Hey, I've got a small favor. This counts, right? We show up, or fucking ring my bell. Titania!
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean,
alright, well, one deck
Let me
down.
rephrase this.
Let's go.
Going into summer, small favor. Specific places in summer, depending on what it is. I.e., this is a place where people who wish to never age go. Like, that's not necessarily a small favor. You're effectively wishing for immortality. But that might get you to a point, or that might get you guidance to it.
For another favor.
Well, no, it'll tell you like this is the path you take to get there, but you know that path is through a bunch of places where you know a level 13 to 14 people are gonna have to go
Like
fight.
that's where we could potentially fight some very rare things.
You know what I'm
Rudy's
saying?
mom would also know.
Huh?
Rudy's mom would also know.
I just gotta use this favor at some point, man. I can't just have this bell forever.
You could.
No.
That's better to sit on it.
Surely its
Favor
value
that
is
sit on it.
decreased because back when y'all were just scrubs, you might be able to bring someone back, but now y'all are just too powerful to bring back for a small favor. Each one of y'all have small monster armies. So those are the 4 things you gotta do, and then the final thing is accumulate enough power to actually go do the deed in the abyss where these things rule.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be talking to Rudy. Hey, you know, where you once hailed, we need to harness that power so we don't age rapidly in the abyss and die.
So before we wrap it up for today, are y'all gonna go on a monster hunt that I need to plan, or you guys want me to try to book these things in organically?
It sounds like we're going on a lot of wild shit.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be fighting like epic monsters and stuff.
So I mean, if you want to work them in organically, I think that would be dope.
Now, some of the places working in organically is gonna be easier. Like if you're going to the undead, I don't think there's a lot of undead that's like got bonuses to force, so that might be a little difficult. But if you guys go to Fairy, I mean that's a wild place where anything can happen, and I can, you know.
It doesn't necessarily need to be the dragon. That's just the first thing I.
Well, no, there's all kinds of stuff that and I'll probably dig a little deeper because I just did things that have resistance to force. I may look to see if they things that do force damage.
Yeah.
You know, and see what that because technically that thing that hung to you guys in the temple did force damage. It just isn't strong enough to be. You know.
Are we gonna do an objective and then come back, or is it gonna be?
That's how I kind of.
So we will return a little bit, go back, return a little
Yeah.
bit. Make it out, you know, I gotta get home.
So the amethyst dragon is for the other part of Rudy's plate, right?
Well, that's a potential for his
That's for-
sword of power.
Oh, but that's that.
Sword. He wants to make it a sword. But yes.
Oh, yes. And then, what would the thing be for an oath?
I'll have to look at.
Because that an important thing to note with the oath bow is its big thing is just at best once a day.
The heart of the paladin.
Cool, we'll just kill Oliver. So
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah. It's not, we're
and then we'll thrust the rug upon ourselves.
I mean, y'all done this
I'm still convinced that Thrug will spawn
From-
out of him,
yeah.
as the
Like a Casper.
Yeah. Just fully like launching rugs at that point.